DRC, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to The Pit. I'm your host, Mike Tattoo Hearn, and this is a monthly Hearthstone tournament hosted by the Death Rattle Crew, a weekly Hearthstone podcast. You can find our website at www.deathrattlecrew.com. Email us at mail@deathrattlecrew.com. You can also find us on Twitter and YouTube. Just search for, you guessed it, Death Rattle Crew. Now, with introductions out of the way, first let me explain this month's format. 8 players, each with one deck, go against each other in a best of 1, but double elimination bracket. This means players that win stay in the, quote, winner's bracket until they lose a game or make it to the final match. Players that lose a game jump to the loser's bracket, where they play until they lose another game or make it to the final match as well. Players that lose a game in the loser's bracket are out of the tournament. The final game is a best of 3 for both players. The winner of the pit is guaranteed a spot in next month's pit, as well as takes home a prize. And now for your hosts, first is Fabio Tarafasu Mesters. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing fine, thank you.
Good, good. And Matt Mushu Hill. How you doing, sir?
I'm good. You can actually see me.
Yeah, I know. So for those of you who don't listen to the podcast, first, what's wrong with you? Second, Matt typically doesn't have the up speed that is required for the recording, so we just don't even bother doing it. But now he's here in the flesh, as it were.
Everyone in the house seems to be AWOL, so while they're gone, I'm just using all the up speed.
Nice.
It's dream come true.
Nice.
Well, Australia could stream webcam.
So the players they're ready, they're waiting. Guys, what are your expectations? So I'll go ahead and run down the list. We have a majority of Druid players, but we do have at the moment, we have a Paladin, Priest, Mage, and Hunter breaking up the Druid club there. What are we thinking? Just based on counters and without looking at the decks yet. Any predictions, any thoughts?
There are going to be some really slow Druid games because I assume these Druids are coming, built on a bit of an anti-aggro zoo, maybe with some Death Lords or something. And now they're going to be playing other Druids, sort of wow, this is going to be fun. But yeah, no, there's definitely a lot less, I guess, aggro-related classes than I thought there would be. Obviously, there's one Mage and one Hunter, but that's definitely less than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah. Well,
I'm looking forward to the Priest. Seeing, I'm not sure, what does he have, steely things in his deck? I want to see.
Somewhat. I have to look, and obviously we'll have the decks up during the tournament. Recollection, I believe it has some. I don't think it's your typical Thief Priest, but Priest is they've got plenty of tools to work with that. So yeah, I guess we'll see. I'm worried about the Priest with the Druid matchups because Druid has a lot of 4-attack minions, so there's not a lot of responses there.
I wouldn't be too
sweet 4/6, yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, the 4/6 would be a thing, but I don't know how many other if they're anti-aggro Druids, there won't be that many 4/6. You have your Druids of the Claw, and then everything else should be nice, killing range.
Yeah, that is true. So we're thinking maybe Sludge Belchers. So we'll have the 4/6, but we'll have Sludge Belchers probably. Maybe some Shades of Naxxramas, but obviously, those are only 4 attack for 1 turn. Piloted Shredders, I have seen those in some Druid decks, so that's another concern, possibly.
I assume we'll be seeing a bunch of Defender of Arguses and stuff, just taunt up with Piloted Shredders to make it. But I suppose that sort of bumps it out of the sweet spot of that allows it to be death, which is not what you want. But I think we've done quite well. We've avoided that whole when you first brought the idea of the tournament to me, I was like, everyone's gonna play aggro. It's gonna be the tournament's gonna be over in an hour and a half because there'll be 3-minute games. But now that most people aren't playing aggro deck, or in theory they could be all aggro Druids for all I know. But yeah, for the most part, it doesn't sound like it. They're gonna be aggro Druids.
My thought was, okay, you announced this, and the Reddit page that we had going for this first one. A lot of people saying, oh, it's just going to be aggro. And then some people say, oh, it's going to be all Druid. And we see that's sort of true. Half of them are Druids. I will say, again, we haven't seen the list. You guys haven't seen it yet. But it's they're similar, but there's some differences in there. But my thing is, okay, if I'm going in and thinking, all right, if everyone's just going to go aggro and try to, face rush it down, I'll just bring a deck that's anti-aggro. And I wonder if that's maybe the thought process here. maybe by the Druid players. I don't know. I guess it's to be seen. And so when we talked about doing this format, we may try some other or some different formats. The Highlander format, where it's basically one, you can't have more than one card of a type. So you can't have 2 Sludge Belchers. You can only have 1 in the deck. And there's a limit on the number of legendaries you can have in the deck. Some only have 1, some have 2, some, there's different variations there. Something like that we may try in the future too. I'm interested to see how a best of 1 with a 1 deck through an entire tournament, that was kind of the experiment here. I just wanted to see what would happen, because we see a lot of best of 5s, best of 7s in some cases. So yeah, this is going to be interesting to see.
I think anyone who's ever played like a Zotac or something will have a reasonable idea of what's going to happen, but it'll all be new for everybody else, I think.
Right. All right, well, with that, we'll go ahead and end this and get into game 1. Okay, and this is game 1 between Xenomonger and Drakir. We have a Druid versus Druid mirror match.
Fun times, unless you have Harrison Jones in your deck like Drakir does.
Right.
But that's just unfortunate. That's probably pretty good against the field, I'd say, but not this game.
Yeah, this is going to be, well, interesting. I don't know.
Drakir's looks slower. Like it's got like rag and stuff in there.
Yeah.
My greetings.
Well, he's also got Shade turn 3, so.
All right, how are we looking?
I mean,
the coin.
Xenomonger with not a good opening hand at all. It's like Ancient of War, Lower Thep, that just sucks. I mean, he's gonna be able to play Lower Thep turn 4, but still.
Yeah.
It's still like, it's very, his opening hand, and then he's got Kazan Mystic in there, which is not gonna be useful at all in this matchup.
What? Oh, cheeky. I think he holds the debate and wait for next turn.
Yeah, exactly. Returns turn 5 Ancient, yeah.
Turn 5 Ancient is just brilliant. It's
because
like,
he also needs the alternatives. Like, he just needs the card draw right now. He needs something better to play. Drakir, on the other hand, playing the Shade as expected.
This is going to be a bit of a shock to the system, but he does have 2 Force and Natures in his hand, Drakir.
Yeah.
So that'll be helpful.
Yeah.
Innovating out the Ancient as expected.
That removal's not going to be too bad, I suppose.
Oh, another Wild Growth. I think you probably almost hold that and
wait for you to use it for excess mana. Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
it's a little late.
It's late now. It's too late now.
Paladin Shredder.
Okay.
I think that's fine.
Yeah.
I might have traded, but I suppose this way he can hold the swipe and swipe the Kazan or something, and then trade for the Lore.
I think that's what he's trying to do right now. He's just trying to get value out of swipe.
Do you Lothar here? I think, or maybe like you can either silence. I suppose you could swipe. I don't really like that line, but Keeper's all right if you like Keeper, and then but it makes you quite vulnerable to swipe. So I don't know. Lothar in face, maybe.
Yeah.
just keep the pressure up, basically. The problem is Keeper does not kill the Shredder. That's like
you just deny it.
You just silence the Death Rattle. Yeah, sure.
You could just Druid of the Claw and like hide behind it and go face or something. It looks like he's gonna silence it.
He's silencing it. Yeah, it's a good choice.
I'm amazed how the first 4 turns, how slow they went, or how fast they went. I'm sorry, and now we're roping.
I was looking at their mana and already said like 0 out of 3, and I was like, wait, what happened? Yeah.
All right, so we might see a coin fourth here.
Drakir is losing a lot of health though, because he doesn't have taunt right now. He's not really able to defend himself. He's looking. I mean, or he was looking for that swipe. He's going to play Sylvanas now, I think.
He's seen his silence come down, so yeah, I think Sylvanas would be safe. But I also think Force of Nature, because you got 2 in your hand, you can clear it and get back the board.
No, he's playing it slow for some reason.
This is a bit risky.
He's opening himself up for a huge hit.
He's opening himself up for this.
And Ancient of War is exactly what he just opened himself up for. Yes. So.
But that being said, like even if you clear the board, I mean, you're still probably still gonna war here.
What are you gonna do though? Like, will he just trade his Sylvanas if Xenomonger now plays the Ancient into the Ancient and try and get it, even though it's then only a 5/5?
Well, if he Ancient, yeah, because what you can do is you can silence it and then trade something off. Yeah, which is fine because then you trade. So you trade for the Keeper of the Grave with the Shade, silence the War, and then take the other 5/5, and that's pretty fine, I think.
But what's Xenomonger's play here? I mean, does he want to trade the 5/5 and then just to give up the 2/4 and then play a minion? Is that the?
Well, he could continue with his plan of like facing and just drop Druid of the Claw and just hope he gets there. I think that's a fine play.
He is opting for the draw instead. Okay. Interesting choice.
I think I would have. I think I would have made that play after I decided what I'm doing.
I think he
here.
was fishing for that second keeper because he wants to silence Sylvanas, maybe. I don't know.
Maybe. I think if you're going facing this circumstance, going Druid of the Claw is better just because it gives you that little it's not going to kill Sylvanas.
Exactly.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
It gives that extra. Like obviously you can see where he's going from. Like if he top decks combo there, he's pretty golden. But obviously
that's true too.
Top deck 2 draws.
He's putting his money on 2 doors, and now as expected, the Shade gets traded in, and he just gets the second Ancient, which is just awesome for Drak here. And then putting them behind the taunt wall. So good choice.
The double swipe face.
Okay. So yeah, I think this played out fairly well for Drak here because his opponent didn't really think about how he would react to any kind of I feel like he thought he had this in the bag already. It's like
he's very sort of YOLO play, but he didn't commit to YOLO play. He did. I don't know. I think he thought there was more value in the draw. But I think here you probably want to double swipe. You can clear the Shade and the Law. So I think that's not that bad. He's gonna. It looks like he's opting for the War. Which isn't that good. You can just see it dying for free.
He's just going to get silenced, isn't it?
Well, we know that. He doesn't know that.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, of course. So yeah, as expected. Big Game Hunter is of course not an option because that doesn't kill the Ancient.
You're pretty cooked from this position because now he can, I guess, Starfall but it's a bit, I don't know. I think it's too little too late almost.
Yeah, at this point, do you just play the Loatheb to? Well, will that even help you if you play a Loatheb to
deny the combo?
Yeah,
we can Loatheb and silence, Loatheb and Keeper the Shade, and that gives you like half a life. In which case, you can blow some kind of like swipe thing next turn, maybe.
Yeah, or do you Loatheb and swipe the Shade?
That's not bad either.
I think that's what's going to happen, right? You know, at least he's going to swipe the Shade, which...
There we go.
Okay.
He could swipe next turn and get rid of half of that.
Yeah, but it doesn't look like he's completely out of it. It looks like he's opting to swipe again.
Is he double swiping?
He's thinking about it.
Now, here's the thing. Doing the combo math, I've always got to stop for a second. If he doesn't play Loatheb, he's done, right?
He's gone because it's
going to do math.
Yeah, because it's 14 with the combo, plus 4 for the Keeper and 3 for the thing. So that's 7. So that's 21. Yeah.
Gotta. So I think we're seeing game right here.
Maybe. And if
he doesn't have the other half.
He doesn't have the combo.
Oh, he does it. You're right. I'm sorry. I'm reading the cards.
He has double Force of Nature, but that's not enough. So then that's what he's thinking about. He's trying to draw combo right now. No, or he's opting for the heal.
Okay.
That's fine because like your board state's pretty fine. Yeah, it's really to take back the board.
Darson could potentially be pretty good here for Xenomonger.
Nah, you're staring on this board.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure you're thinking you need to clear this.
You gotta clear, put up a taunt wall, something.
Well, you can basically, I think it's fine. Like, obviously, you die exactly to combo if you go Starfall on the Law and then Keeper to kill the other Keeper. So that means you're exactly dead to combo, because that's 14 plus 3. But I think if he has combo, you're dead anyway. So.
He's AoEing instead.
I don't like that.
Okay.
Because now he's going to take a. You can't
the
even.
Problem is, Keeper is like he's using the ability plus the potential trade to even get rid of it.
So yeah, the line.
Is he fake? Wow, he's actually zero power.
He has to like this is the line he took. So he has to clear the board. But now he's like well within combo.
And he still Dracula still hasn't pulled it yet.
Well, he doesn't need to. Like he can just win from here. He just curves out really nicely from here.
Dracula's just going straight for the Dr. Boom play. It's like.
Uh-oh. Well, there's half a Xenomonger's combo.
What can we do here? Like he can like charge that to get rid of the boom. I think because that's 8 mana. Maybe you draw first. Maybe play Wild Growth first. Or Lothar's pretty good actually. Prevents the combo. That's a really good play.
Yeah, how do you feel about going face instead of taking a boom bot? Is there a risk?
I think it's fun. I think it's fine.
Okay.
Because you're only going to win by YOLOing here. I think. Because if he goes for a bot, it could he could just lose. Obviously, you give a little bit of initiative up by letting your opponent control the bombs, or have slightly more control of the bomb. But like, if he tops Force of Nature, then Xenomonger will just win. See, this is interesting. Okay, so we can trade with the bomb.
Oh, RNG. Oh. So. All right.
Well, that's pretty much game.
You're drawing at this point and just praying.
Drawing for Wrath is what you're drawing for.
And what's he get?
Drum roll.
Oh,
it is another Savage Roll.
See, look, if he was bombs worked out slightly differently, he might have had a chance to win there, but.
That game kind of flipped on its end right there.
Right around the time he, he ran out of steam. I don't think he really committed to his game plan of just going hardcore. It was it started turning around the time he played the second Law. I think if he had opted for Druid of the Claw, he could have been low enough. Like Dracula might have been low enough just to finish off with his Savage Roar. But the fact that he didn't stay with that means that you're seeing it right now. This is what happens.
Oh, yeah.
It's very bad to change your plan mid game, because it means you're changing your decision based on something. I guess you got to go in with the game plan, and if you change that, you're a pretty good chance to lose.
Well, that is game one. All right, guys, what did you think? What's kind of a like I said, kind of a turn of events there. A lot of damage on one end, and then turned it right back around on him.
Well, you saw Dracula, Xenomonger, jumped out of the gates pretty quickly at the start and took off to a lead. But some questionable decision-making led to a situation in which Dracula could stabilize, and we saw in that turn with the Sylvanas, where he's able to basically clear both, or kill one Ancient of Laura and steal the other. That's sort of when, I guess, the uprise of Dracula began. That's when he sort of turned it around.
Also, Dracula had a lot better on-curve card draw in general. I think the Xenomonger started out in his opening hand with a lot of expensive stuff. I mean, obviously he got there faster because he used Wild Growth, but still, that kind of it's so weird because he had at that point it hadn't really affected him yet because he was winning at that point. But it's he was just running out of options at the end, and then yeah, exactly.
He
Jakir even found leeway to use the heal from the Agent of Lore instead of the card draw. It's like, and I mean that was, as you said, he was able to stabilize pretty well.
Well, yeah, the healing there is just like, I think because he had control of the board state at that point, drawing is just greedy. You just open yourself up to these situations where, you know, you could face the 22 damage combo or something like that. Or even at that point, he was healing himself like well out of range of combo. So nothing funny could happen. And like that's exactly what you want to do, I guess, particularly in a best of one where you can't risk any like extra, I guess, luck that gets put into it is something you want to avoid. So yeah, healing there is a very safe option, and he was ahead, so he could afford to do that. And we're, you know, quite aware of how good Druid is at cheesing people from behind with some interesting combos.
Yeah, which we saw there.
But I think the even Jakir sort of, they both had, I guess, tech cards. Like you saw Xenomonger have Kazan Mystic, and even Starfall is a bit techy. That's definitely an anti-aggro card because it does 2 to everything. So that might be quite good against Zoo or something. And then on the flip side, you saw Harrison Jones in Jakir's deck, which is good against like most of the other classes in the meta. Well, basically, it's good against Hunter at the moment, which is pretty prevalent if you've seen any of the ladder games recently. Neither of the players... Oh, no, we did see Dr. Boom. So Xenomongers, this is sort of like, I guess, slightly towards, I guess, a theory of the slower deck wins in this matchup, because Drakir's deck was slightly slower. It had only slightly heavier curve, like it had Ragnaros and things like Sylvanas, but yeah, so it had a few later game cards, and when the first couple of turns not that eventful, as we saw, Xenomonger did get off to a good start, but it wasn't for the first couple of turns. So the first couple of turns to, like, I guess, wait and then hit your mid game and then start dropping these big cards. And we even saw Nourish in Drakir's deck, which is a sort of a off flavor card at the moment for Druid, because it's it used to be used in like the hardcore ramp deck, and now I guess he's just using it because it's you know, you can ramp or you can draw. But congratulations to Jakir, I think.
Yeah.
Played well.
So he's going on. Xenomonger's not out. This is a double elimination, so we'll see him again in the losers bracket. So still a chance for him to take the win. But with that, we'll head into game number 2.
Must be blocking his thing.
Must be.
The light shall bring victory.
Okay, so at the moment, we can only see Sand's cards. This is Sand versus Royce. So if we get, oh, here we go. I got the other version in.
What a good boy.
It has not flipped around for me yet, but there we go. All right, we're all set now.
Hey, I can see his cards.
All right, so we have Priest versus Hunter. Looking at the deck list, the Hunter's more of a mid-range Hunter, correct?
I would, yeah, because you know straight away when there's no explosive traps in there, that it's not Phase Hunter.
So no explosive and freezing trap is kind of a telltale sign. Now this Priest deck, I'm really interested to see what happens here.
Because that is a pretty good start, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like, wow.
He's having a fun time.
Turn 2 and he already has like this huge stuff on the board. So that's like...
He's running a bit of a cheesy Priest. There's a Light Spawn and like Divine Spirits in here, so and Inner Fire. It's gonna be a fun game, I think.
He's got all the fun stuff. Yeah, definitely.
So I think you can maybe we wouldn't have done that. I would have like hit with the Shadow Boxer for the Mad Scientist, and then healed. Like healed it and then drawn the card, I guess. But this is interesting, I guess.
Animal Companion, it is.
No Huffer. Blizzard, the card's broken. It wasn't a Huffer.
So a little bit of a misplay there. He should have. He would have taken 1 less damage if he had hit the 2/3 instead of the 3/3 with his face. But I guess you know, sometimes 1 damage doesn't matter, but sometimes it does.
We're not trapped. There we go. Freezing traps.
Uh-oh.
This is gonna end in tears.
Oh.
Shit.
Oh no.
No.
Not quite what was planned.
No, that was not what was planned.
Thanks.
Yeah, obviously he should attack before the Velen's chosen.
I guess he figured this was your typical.
And that's a pretty safe assumption. But in a best of one,
yeah,
no
sure. So do you even play that Berserker?
I think so. Because it's going to have to take a hit from each of them.
That's true.
Northshire is too slow. Like it's not.
Northshire dies. Yeah, Northshire would definitely die through. Greetings.
Oh, but he plays it.
He's feeling it. I suppose Lightwell is less likely to be attacked. But he'll probably just, as I say, best of one, he'll probably just clear it.
Oh, high main, that's a strong play.
Oh, he's opting to attack Lightwell instead.
Well, the Northshire isn't really doing anything at the moment.
Yeah,
like,
I see. No, that's what I said. He's too slow. Master spell.
I think I had more mana. I think this is where you draw a card, like hit Leok and then heal.
And that's
good boy.
There we go.
He needs some like clearing. What is he? He's got a Holy Nova, but there's no Light Bomb or anything. There's no Organized. So he's gonna have a really tough time getting rid of this. I'd go as far as to say it's probably over. Unless he could like Thought Steal, double Frost Trap or something, and just start bouncing things.
Yeah.
Look, he's saving himself 6 damage there. And the Yeti will get some value. But the only problem is you're facing down 11 and then 13 with the hero power.
Yeah.
So you only have to find 3 damage in hand, which he has with the kill command. So that's lethal, boys.
Ouch.
Yeah.
Putting out a secret?
He does not see the lethal. He did not see the lethal, boys.
Oh, no. Royce just missed lethal.
Oh, I bet he sees it right there.
That's all right. It does not look like it's not gonna change the game too much, unless
I don't think so.
Unless he Thought Steals like Deathwing or something. And even then, it's probably a little bit too expensive to play on turn 8.
I was gonna say. So yeah, he has nothing basically.
All right, this looks like it's been a rather quick game, as Hunter games sometimes are.
They tend to be, yes. And I was actually expecting this. I didn't mention this at the start. It's like I was expecting the Hunter to do pretty well.
Got a little BM going in there. All right, and that's game 2.
You got a BM. We all know this. Well, congratulations to Royce. In domineering fashion, took out Sans interesting freeze deck.
All right, gentlemen. What did you think?
It's evident to me that San brought a knife to a gunfight. That just look at his deck and he's like doesn't have all the cards and stuff. It's definitely you can say this much. It's of his own creation. There's probably not anything net decked in here. And then you've got Royce's more standard mid-range Hunter, which sort of just tore him to pieces like it was a face Hunter deck.
Exactly. He was playing face with a deck that was not designed to do that, but since his opponent really hadn't anything to kind of stop him from doing it anyway.
It was a very one-sided game.
Well, he took that victory, and
it ended early with that frost trap or the freezing trap. I think obviously he's playing a mid-range deck, so once the board was clear and we're starting to get into the middle of the game, it was kind of the scales tipped big time.
Maybe the old tournament pressure got to Royce. Didn't sit there and think about getting that one turn earlier lethal. Sometimes it was a little bit hard to see, particularly with because that was like a 17 damage reach, and sometimes you're not thinking that. It's like, I should kill him next turn.
I was surprised. Sorry.
You just have to be really good with your lethal checks and just make sure every turn you're just adding out quickly what's on your board and how much you can hit the face for.
I was surprised that Zan got so much value out of Master Spell though. Like that was pretty nice in that situation. But
if he had one more mana, it would have been fine because he could have gotten rid of the high main, and that would have been fantastic. Yeah, because it was essentially that Master Spell was saving him 2 damage with the removing the Leok thing, and if he had 7 mana, then that would have been saving him like 8 damage. which would have been really nice if it was a turn later.
I'm just looking at the deck list once again right now, and I realize that he really didn't have much removal in there. Like, he was missing Shadow Word Pain. He only had one death. So he was missing all his hard removal. He only had one AoE. So if he had drawn any of that, I think he would have been in a much better spot.
It seems like a very sort of full YOLO deck. If he gets his Inner Fire and Inner Fire, what's the other one? Where's the other one? Basically where you just, when you double the health and stuff. And if we had seen a Light Spawn with double health and 10 attack, that would have been quite interesting. But as we can see, ye old Royce's mid-range hunter has squished him.
Right. All right. Well, let's just go ahead. Well, now Royce is not out. Obviously, double elimination, so we'll see him again. But we'll go ahead and get into Game 3. All right. So here we are, Game 3. We've got Druid versus Mage, and that's Avery versus Vanilla Swirl. Gentlemen, what are we thinking?
I don't like being a Druid in this matchup.
No, absolutely not.
As we've seen the deck list, it's a Mech Mage.
Doesn't look like a particularly low curve at this pre-mulligan hand, but that'll obviously change.
Yeah. Seeing some Blizzard bugs right here.
That's the only way it can, I guess the Druid can sort of really have a good chance if they either cheat their curve or if they, the other guy stumbles.
Right. All right, so showing the cards. All right, here we go.
So okay. Well, at least Avery has got Wild Growth, but still.
Yeah.
I think I would have coined Thing.
Your Micro Machine?
Yeah. Because it doesn't die to hero power. This dies to hero power, but obviously he has a choice. He could even, like, Wild Growth innovate hero power, but...
It's going to be interesting because Avery is a legendary player, so he obviously already knows what he's facing right now. It's like
he plays a little bit. Far out. And this is so good because, look, he's got Swipe.
And he's got his hand over it. He's ready.
He can clear the board with Innovate.
Is he going to? No.
I don't think you have to.
Something needs tinkering?
But you're going to start falling behind, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, well, he can probably he's doing really well because he can get Boom out this turn. He could Boom if he wanted to. And I think that's what he's going to do. Jesus. Remember how we were just talking about, like, innovating out Dr. Boom?
We were actually in the break.
In between games. We're like, oh, yeah, Dr. Boom being... So this is sort of what you want.
No.
Wow, that's a pretty good draw because that means you can start... Like, I think you... Oh, wow. The only shit thing here is... Like, if you Goblin Blast Mage, it hits a bomb and kills Micro Machine, that's really bad. And you can't get the effect if you trade in Micro Machine.
I was going to say, I would just trade in Micro Machine first and then Blast Mage.
You can't because you won't get the effect.
You don't have a mech on the board.
Because the Technician is not a mech himself. Oh, I see. I forgot. Yeah.
Did you just go full YOLO and do it? I think you have to. It's a pretty good... Yeah, it's quite unlikely.
That's a risk.
Wow, that is full YOLO mode. Let's see where these bombs go. Oh, oh!
Wow.
That turned out so well for him.
He has done it, ladies and gentlemen.
Wow.
This is why Mech Mage
is pretty strong. I want to point out that Avery, our Druid, is on 14 health right now.
Man.
Wow.
Man. Well, we'll see how this goes, I guess. So you can what? Time Rewinder and swap. So I don't think you do any of that.
He's just going to play Shredder.
Yeah, does he go for the value play? Okay.
So yeah, I think he's looking like a Druid of the Claw. And what the hell?
3 scenarios?
Yeah, that's. I think that might be a bug.
Oh, you guys see 3? I see 9.
No, I see 0.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
I see a 0/0. So what was it?
Oh, yeah, Blizzard bug.
How did that happen?
He's 9 on my screen. So I'm sure it's just a bug.
Oh, so it is actually Scenarios.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, no, it's a Warlock card on my screen. Anyway,
okay.
What? Okay.
So what's he doing with this boom?
I think you have to trade this boom in. You're too low to lose to like some shenanigans. But obviously it sucks trading it into a 4-2 or a 4-3. But I think you just that's what you have to do here. See, the funny thing, it's going to get reversed. But you should play. He's with it. Yeah. And then, so he can swap it, trade for it, and then drop the Annoyotron or ping depending on what comes out.
Oh
shit! I think I would have dropped Annoyotron.
Yeah, me too. Probably.
Because I don't think it's that bad having that guy up. All right, Ancient Allure. So I think, you probably just heal because you can Scenarios next turn.
Oh, man.
The sheep, though, like, that's so... He's not... That's going to hurt. Like, I feel like that's going to come back and bite him in the knee. It's like... That sheep.
Man, what's your play here? I like the secret play. I like... All
right, I'm back in the game. I got kicked out. I'm back, boys.
This is a tough play.
I think you have to play the entity. Maybe just go face. Like play entity and Neutron face. And because you've got Rag next turn.
Yes.
So like it's gonna stall him a bit. Like because you look at Avery's hand. Oh.
So he guarantees a kill.
Yeah, that's not too bad. I might not have taken that lane. This is a pretty good card to draw. Because it means he can...
yeah, he needed something low.
Because you can just put it in as a, 5-2? Oh, 2-5. I would have considered... I suppose then he can just go face. So that's probably like... Yeah, this is probably...
Well played on Avery's part there.
Definitely.
But I think we know what's coming next.
Is it time, boys? It's just going to get shut down, isn't it? Yeah.
Is it the Fire Lord's day? Yeah.
I mean, what else does he have? Everything else is far too slow.
I think you can go full YOLO here and just go Rag, hope it goes face, and like go straight face and hope you draw like a fireball or something. And that looks like the line he's taking.
Yeah. Where's it going?
And what?
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Game, boys, we have the game.
Oh, man.
Shit. Okay, so he's drawing.
Votes against.
We haven't seen any fireballs yet, have we?
No.
No.
So he's got 2 outs. Oh no, he's got 4 outs because the hero power won't save him. So Frostbolt or Fireball. He's got. What do we got? It's pretty decent chance. Like nearly. No, that's not it.
So here's the thing. That last play, would you have played Cenarius over trying to top deck a taunt? Like he got really lucky right there. Was Cenarius the right play? Or do you have to get rid of Ragnaros?
There aren't really charges in Mech Mage, so it's not really a problem, I don't think.
Okay.
So he really needs... Avery really needs a heal.
Is he going to get it? No.
It's roughly a 25% chance that he draws this, because there's 17 in his deck and he's got 4 outs. Far out. This is intense.
Oh.
Avery's just got the far superior board right now. It's like, I mean, the mirror entity might get him off his guard if he's not careful.
No, I think we'll just get him another Druid of the Flame. We know. I think Avery is far too clever to play like a Scenarios or something.
What's he top deck? Oh man.
This is. He has to taunt this up because he can just... he has to block some of the incoming damage. Yeah, that's not too bad. because of if
sure.
you're angry, you just take the +2/2s on all the minions, and you add 6 damage to your board.
All right, so Vanilla Swirl's running out of steam, but he just needs that one top deck.
Yeah, dude, 1 and 4 isn't bad to win this game.
So he's got what, 16 cards in his hand. So,
1 and 4, boys, the dream. Or even like I suppose Blast Mage won't do it because he doesn't have anything to proc it with. But yeah, it's possible. This game is not necessarily Avery's. So we just wait in anticipation. I think he's trying to figure it out because the thing is he can do both Cenarius and Druid of
I was going to say, he has the Innovate combo. Yeah.
You
can just play both of them.
Play the Druid first, and then Cenarius, and then buff it? Is that the plan, or do you want the taunts?
Well, obviously you play the Druid first because of the Mirror Entity. Like, you don't want...
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I completely forgot that was there.
Shit,
But it's not enough. I already did the math. Like, because the taunt is a 2/5.
But it's not. It doesn't even. It's not even that it's enough. It's the fact that it might give Vanilla and all this turn, but it obviously won't because it get him nice and low. But it opens up like the possibility of a silence because he has to clear the board here. I don't know. I don't know if I like this line. I don't. Like, he's playing. So he still dies to any of those 4 outs. That's game, boys.
Well played.
Yeah.
That's right.
Man, just another one that it kind of just flipped right around.
Well, it basically, as you said, Mech Mage ran out of steam, didn't draw a Fireball or Frostbolt, and I guess it just happens. The Legend player proving to be too strong.
Well played.
Well,
this one's going over to Avery.
Yeah, well done, Avery. And that is game 3. So, gentlemen, what do we think?
Well, he obviously overcame the deficit because I'm pretty sure that Mech Mage is a pretty good favorite against Druid just because it's a little bit slower. But he got the wild growth off and wasn't really tempted to use his burning stuff too early, which some people might have been, and it worked out for him. He
also got that sweet Dr. Moon.
Yeah, that's sweet, very sweet turn 5 Dr. Moon. And the other thing is, like, there were like, what, 3 or 4 draws. There were, I think Royce, this other guy, Vanilla Swirl had 3 goes at top decking pretty close to a 1 in 4. And so, I don't know, it was just, that game really could have gone either way because he could have top decked, the Frostbolt or either Fireball to take it away from Avery. And that just didn't happen, I guess. Sometimes it will, sometimes it won't. And this is one of those times where it didn't, and Druid was able to get the win. And we can see how close this matchup really is because it came down to 1 of 4 cards being drawn. Avery was gone, but yeah, didn't happen.
Yeah, Tafrosty, what do you think?
No, yeah, I agree. It's like...
what kills me is he just
in the end, like, I don't know.
He just needed that one top deck. That's all he needed, and he just it wasn't in the cards.
It was pretty good. Like I don't know if you guys are gambling men, but 1 in 4.
Yeah,
is a good chance. Yeah.
Particularly in Hearthstone. 1 in 4 isn't bad at all. But that he got quite lucky, I guess, to be put in that situation where he could be in because the Rag hit face in a 1 in 3, so that was pretty nice. That set up for the top deck to happen, but the top didn't happen.
But it just never happened. It just never happened. Yeah.
Ragnaros agreed with his plan of just going for YOLO, and the deck didn't agree. So I guess that's Hearthstone, ladies and gentlemen. But congratulations to Avery.
Yeah.
Moving on, winners bracket.
All right, and so with that, we'll get into game 4.
Sandy vs. Vanilla, Priest v Mech Mage.
Yeah, this is. What do you think?
I would normally back a priest, I think, but the kind of priest this is, I think Mech Mage might have an advantage.
Well, we've kind of seen what's in Sand's deck, so.
But he did have a pretty shit starting hand. Like they had no 1-drops. Now he's only got the Micro Machine.
Yeah.
So this is a pretty good start for priest because it's going to be a slower Mech Mage.
Well, he's got Tinkertown and Spider Tanks to back it up, but
That is true.
But still, it's like it's just going to silence it. Okay.
The 0 mana silence. If only that removed, like the tribal effect, so it's like it's no longer a mech. Can't get the effect.
Vanilla is not going fully buffed up Tinkertown.
Yeah, I don't know why you didn't go Tinker.
Yeah.
It's like it's the same body. It's like a 4/4.
Exactly. It's just better, straight up better.
I guess maybe he's seeing maybe I can bait out some removal, but then it's a 4/4, so there's no removal. But typically there wouldn't be. I don't know. Yeah.
Maybe he's afraid of coin or circle, which, let's be honest, is a danger. But there's no deck's just not a real danger. Oh, here we go.
In a fire. But he has nothing
Now
to
he just-
use it on, really, though. It's like,
Yet, just wait for him to top deck the other half.
How do you guys feel about running the Crocolisk into that 3/4? Would you just run it into the 1/2 instead?
Well, it sort of worked the way he wanted it to. And look, he got the trade anyway, so maybe. Probably. But it worked out for him, so that's all that really matters.
there is the other half.
Oh.
No. He,
Turn 5 is looking pretty good for Sam.
Nah, no, this one isn't that good because it doesn't affect the.
Oh yeah, we need the buff first.
He needs the other one. He needs
Oh, yeah, you're right. You're right.
calm down. Hopefully it will happen. We need Divine Spirit. That's not till turn 6.
I want to see this happen just to see it happen. 'Cause we don't get to see happen a lot.
Oh, I think you just like use the Shadow Boxer here. You just like.
No, clear that.
Not quite what was planned.
He
No,
wanted to get that Divine Shield off, but
He could have drawn a card.
Questionable decisions here. Questionable.
Uh-oh.
no. That's just scary.
Oh, man.
Ah, here we go. This would be nice.
I guess
This
you
is
can
a good way
draw.
You can draw 2 cards. So it's not too bad. Like, 'cause you can draw 2 cards and then trade with Inner Fire, trade for the other dude. Or you could buff the light. Well, I think yes, please. Trade. Do it. He's thinking hard. I think that's the only real, because it's just gonna. He can't buff the light well. That's an interesting line.
That was.
So it doesn't like. So the difference between 6 attack and 4 attack is minimal in this situation.
Yeah.
It is actually, yeah.
Let's. We're hoping for the one and only Holy Nova.
I guess he's thinking, I don't have the Garabashi in my hand. This is kind of a dead card at the moment. But still, like you're right, it's between 6 and 2, it's not that big of a deal.
There were definitely
Or
better
6
ways
and
you
4.
could.
Yeah.
But this board is looking pretty scary for Vanilla right now. It is.
Sand had it at the beginning there, but I think some questionable trades kind of gave it away.
I think like at this point you light well and light and spawn, just double light related cards, because you can bait out a pretty good trade, I guess. Well, not even a really good trade, but so he can ping it and then trade because it'll.
I was
drop
gonna say.
I think that's just greedy.
Yeah, that is pretty greedy.
Yeah, I think like you're in such a domineering board position that you can just afford to trade into that.
Yeah.
But there's still, I guess, some there's a little bit of hope because he could fireball here. So what do you reckon? You fireball 4/3?
The 3/4.
Well, I guess he's thinking I need to get minions off the board because you never know what's going to come out of that 4/3.
The golem's just going to replace itself.
Yeah.
That's true.
And it looks like he might trade it himself anyway.
Vanillas, think about the extra greedy Ragnaros player here.
I think you rag regardless. I think you rag regardless.
Yeah.
Because as you say, you don't need to. You're so far ahead on board. You can just go face here.
Yeah, that's true. He doesn't.
The rag.
Of course he does.
Swagneros right there.
Oh wow. And
wow.
RNG. I mean, it was a 50-50, but
Yeah,
I was
it
gonna
was
say,
pretty good.
It was 50-50. Calm down, boys.
I think the thing was
not bad.
I was just paying so much attention to the board there.
Yeah, I didn't realize that he was so close to lethal.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So that's game 4 to Sand, or Sand's out. So
Goodbye. We would like to say goodbye to Sand. He's played an amusing couple of games with his priest deck. I'd like him to keep up the good work and maybe put a little bit more removal in there. Volcano Soul, Priest, and Circular Healing would be nice.
Sure.
But it's nice to see his own thought and use of own cards. I can't imagine he's put a huge amount of money into this game, so he's probably quite satisfied with his deck.
I think he had a pretty solid start of the game, but I just think some questionable trades there were.
It definitely would have been interesting to see some better trades. That would have been a little bit it would have been nice to get to turn 10 and have him steal Ragnaros with mind control. That would have been fantastic.
Right.
The mech mage playing pretty mech majorly. Some greedy play, but when you're ahead, I suppose you have room to play greedily.
Right.
And he just abused that, I guess. And in the end, flipped the coin and won the game.
And I mean, aside from the 3/4 instead of the 4/4, he didn't really make any huge misplays. So it's like he played that really solidly. So.
Yeah, it was not too many mistakes. Some nice, interesting curves. I might have made some different decisions, but results are results, right?
Right. Yeah.
Wins a
Yeah. Always.
A win's a win.
Always. All right. Well, with that, we will get into game 5. And here we go. Game number 5. Yeah, who we got? We got Hunter versus Druid. Now we've seen both these decks. So yeah, what do you guys think? What are our thoughts?
My money's on Druid. All of the money to Druid.
Okay. You think the Hunter is just going to run out of steam? Because in my mind, it's kind of similar to the last matchup that Avery had against the Mech Mage, where the Hunter is just a lot faster. It's like
it's definitely faster, but it's like quite a responsive kind of deck, I guess, because you're relying on like freezing traps and stuff, and
he has 2 of those right now in his hand. So he's gonna have to rely on protecting.
Why can't I see his hand? Royce, hook me up. You're currently switching. I got gypped. Hang on,
innovated keeper right now to try and proc the mad scientist, I guess.
Yeah, silencing is a pretty good play, I think.
No, silencing. No, he procs it.
Well, wait, what did he pulled out? Snake Trap. Okay, about to say if it was freezing trap, that's fine, because maybe you want that 2/4 body back.
Yeah, it's definitely one of those things that you can use again. But he got Snake Trap, and we all know the feeling when you hit face and a Snake Trap is just like, oh, it's Snake Trap! We're gonna win the game, boys! Because it's just like something, for the most part, you can play around.
You can play around it, yeah, exactly.
It's
Web Spinner is not very inviting to trade into, let's just say.
Yeah, is he gonna... oh, there he goes. He's gonna Hero Power. Okay.
I thought about
almost
he's
made a
thinking
mistake.
about Hunter's marking the keeper. Is that he just gave that away to us? Because we can see which card he was thinking about.
I think Druid of the Flame is fine here. He's
Okay.
So he's gonna draw.
That's fine. That's fine as well. Yeah, of course. Yeah. And we can still get the. That's a pretty good pickup here because it means we're able to clear the.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd like that. He doesn't have any reactionary plays.
No, he doesn't. He has enough.
You know, I think I would have played the Druid.
It's so weird. Royce has all the reactionary plays, but no offense, and Avery is exactly the opposite right now. He's got good stuff to play when you're winning. It's like
that's a bit greedy, I think.
Yeah, especially against a druid.
Because the 2/4 is ultimately not that scary. Like, see,
here you go.
4/4.
And this isn't even the worst thing in the deck.
I suppose it's not that bad. Like if you just wanted to clear it, so it doesn't get bounced next turn when he lays freezing trap. Because that's definitely something that you don't want to get bounced as a keeper, because it's another silence or another 2 damage.
Companion, it's Leok again. We haven't seen Huffers so far in this tournament.
Yeah. This card's bugged.
Okay.
Not enough Huffers.
Would you have used your bow right there when you're about to get a charge?
You went face, didn't you?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, no, that seems like a mistake to me.
He would have gotten 2.
Jesus
Oh,
Christ.
wow. And
the swipe value. Oh, snap.
Yeah.
Did he
And the
get the
innovate
swipe
Trevor.
value? Did he get that when the Azure Jake was in the hand? That's what it came up as my screen.
Yeah, you got pushed back and no, it was fine because it was 4 health and all 1 health minions.
It must have been. Yeah, it was just might have been a bit of lag on my side.
Okay.
But, that looks fine. And this is where we pop the snake trap. Oh, no, it's freezing trap. Sorry, my bad. And
I have no time for games.
Wow.
I don't know. I think Sylvanas is a bit bad there because he can just throw. Look, I don't think that's that good. I guess he wants to try and get rid of it with a dog. I don't know. Because that could have been quite a free turn. He could have set those 2 cards and not had the Sylvanas.
Just sure. It's looking like Avery's taking this game.
Yeah,
Well, you clear the board here, so this isn't too bad.
Oh, yeah, sure, of course.
Oh, this is not. He just want to. I think he's just YOLOing here.
But why would he play lower threat?
Yeah. Oh, whoa.
No, he's not. He's not trading for the Savannah. But he's just giving his opponent
A 5/5. Yeah.
a 5/5 trade now.
Yep.
It's like he can just trade the Sylvanas into lower threat now. It's like, whatever.
Yep. Some people definitely panic when they play against Sylvanas.
Yes.
Yeah.
I agree.
And I'm assuming he just panicked and be like, nah, because now he's done.
Oh,
Like,
wow.
That is.
I think that's game. I think he
that
knows
is
it too.
it. He knows he done goofed, boys. That's just it. Druid takes it.
Yeah, and there's the fin. Oh,
Now, who do I collect my $50 from at the start of this game? Fabio, pay up.
Yeah, I was gonna say my money was on the hunter, but no, we're gonna talk about this now.
yeah. So
He didn't want to win.
so that was game 5. So guys, what'd you think? What could the hunter have done different?
It was. I think that we'd all agree there was 2 major misplays there. One was that he used up Eagle Horn Bow right before he was going to get another charge, which he could have used. I'd say that was pretty dumb because ultimately the 3 damage to the face didn't make such a difference. And the other one was, of course, playing lower thap and then opening your board up for your opponent to just trade Sylvanas and then steal it from.
I think he just tilted, like after the swipe. He just looked. I just think he just tilted.
Oh yeah,
It was like,
and the swipe as well. Like that's the one thing I wrote down actually for Avery is like he just got amazing swipe value.
yeah, I think that's sort of what I guess upon reflection looked like after he got because it was Leok and 3 snakes that got swiped. I think after that happened, it just sort of looked like he just threw in the towel and just went full YOLO mode, which isn't obviously particularly in a deck where you have 2 Hunter's Marks and you can come back because you can get those really cheeky trades off.
But he used those Hunter's Marks. Like one of them he used on the Keeper of the Grove, which was probably not a good use.
Particularly, and the second bit was the bow misplay, definitely the bow misplay. We set 2 traps and went face with the bow. It's just like do not want those extra charges. Like the 3 face damage, you're not playing Face Hunter. Obviously, you can't play that slowly, but you have to play that. You can't play that quickly either. Is what I mean. Because your deck is gonna run out of steam before the Druid. But you can't play. You need to play slower. Basically, he plays too quickly. He's just like face. I don't need this extra charge.
Well, it's kind of you knew you were going to get at least one of those charges, and if you didn't get any charges, it's okay because that means you're not taking any damage.
If not both, because as soon as if he goes to a trade for a minion, then you proc both of them and get 2 charges.
Yeah, in a perfect world, yes, and that's what we saw happen. It's just unfortunately he used that charge of the bow before then.
I think he definitely had means to win that game, but Avery just got handed it because he tilted and speed off the rest of the game.
Well, he's not out; he's still in, so he'll just be in the losers bracket, and so he has an opportunity to come back and continue playing. So, with that, we will go on to Game 6.
Game 6. Jackson. Jordan.
All right, here we go. We have Druid versus Paladin. So what do we think? We haven't seen Gooder's deck yet, but it's kind of I remember seeing it. It was kind of a mid-range with some different changes in it. For example, Mr. Ren Blackhand, which in the last podcast we had some not so good words to say about him.
Well, Gooder's got double shielded minibot though, so
yeah, maybe it won't matter.
His early game's pretty good.
Draw Ren Blackhand, lose the game. Look,
it's to be seen.
I think the funniest thing about this game thus far is Harrison's going to die to the second true silver champion. That's the funny thing.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, he is.
That's inevitable.
He's only going to take 3 damage in the process, assuming he can heal himself.
Oh
really? Yeah. What do you think there?
I think playing shielded minibot off curve is fine.
Yeah.
But
if only had that turn earlier. That's too bad.
I don't think you must here because it's really bad if they have swipe.
Yeah, which
he does.
We know.
We know he does. So wait, turn 4. What's that looking like? You might. There's a few things he can do here. I guess swipe still isn't that bad.
No. Oh, and that's that's what he's going for. Now, okay, that's what I thought too. Just leave the shade. Stealth.
So yeah, muster and this is where you're like kicking yourself. He's like, shit. I used my swipe and he didn't have muster. Now he has muster. But the thing is, he's got a really good. He can deal with this relatively well. Oh, and innovate out.
As soon as Gooder's turn. Yeah. I think Draki is just waiting for Shade to get out of the true silver range.
I think it's probably gonna stay there for a while.
Yeah.
He's afraid of the quartermaster combo.
Yeah, he definitely is. But the thing is, like, it doesn't change that much. Like what the Shredder can do. If you get what I mean, like the fact that taking it out as a 1/1 or a 3/3 doesn't really matter. Obviously, take 2 more damage. So I think you keep it stealth, because it doesn't I think it doesn't change the state. Obviously, you take more 2 damage, but other than that, I don't think it's worth risking it. But he thinks it is, which is going to get true silvered, I assume. Or do you Emperor Thoris in here?
Oh, that's tough.
I think you true silver because you can clear the shade. And Thorison doesn't really do anything, it just sort of gets your like -1 and then dies. So I assume this will be Harrison next turn. And then Harrison will die to the true silver. It's a perfect story.
Yeah, here it comes. He moused over it, and yep, there it is.
Some things in this game are just inevitable, and Harrison dying to it is also inevitable.
7 mana, yeah. Oh, wait.
Oh, that is cheeky. I don't think you Sylvanas here because I just feel like giving Druid a chance to like deal with it is pretty bad.
Correct. Yeah.
Even though you've already seen one keeper. Oh, so I thought he was going to hit keeper. I was like, that is greedy, sir. That's really unfortunate that it doesn't have anything. So I guess that really reveals to Drakir what he's playing. The fact that you see a Blackwing and it doesn't get buffed means he's playing Dragon Pally, but there are no dragons yet. So what are we, turn 7? Do you just boom here? I think you just boom.
Yeah, probably.
Boom, boom, baby.
When in doubt, boom, right? Isn't that what they say?
Yeah, exactly. This is where I guess Sylvanas can come down. So what do? Sylvanas, dude, and trade with the technician? Trade with the keeper with your technician, and then hold on to the weapon charge, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, okay.
He's called it. And so I think, obviously silence, and you could even swipe here, it's not that bad.
And he's got combo.
Yep, so, and then Boombots, do your thing.
Oh, wow.
My god. And this game, I would say, is pretty... Oh, wow.
Yeah,
but it's not going to save him.
No, it's not.
Going to...
But we get to see the Black Hand.
We saw Red Black Hand. It actually did something. As I said, we got to save this clip to prove to people it works sometimes. But obviously, this game's going to go over to Drakir with the Druid combo. I think you BM and try and kill Black Hand. And
I was going to say, you run the bomb into it and see if it
bomb
Black Hand.
No,
we
no
need
BM.
to qualify for that. Yeah, but not doing. Sorry, you didn't BM hard enough.
Well played, Drakir. Gooder again is not out yet.
Let us talk about that
game. So what do we think?
It's a Dragon Paladin deck without the dragons deck. Oh, I suppose he locked in his deck list, so he couldn't put the new dragons in. So that was ambitious.
Yeah.
Because as we know, we had these decks locked in earlier in the week before the BRM release. So I just don't think bringing a Dragon Pally before Dragon Pally has come to fruition was particularly
and players could have chosen those cards if they'd wanted to, but here's the thing: you're not getting a lot of practice time in with that deck.
Okay, I don't think it's intuitive to put cards into your deck that aren't out yet.
Sure.
That's the most. I think that game pretty much played itself. There wasn't too much in there that was really, I guess, out of line. There were maybe, I guess, some sort of the Paladin things, but it didn't seem to change it too much. Like not playing Minibot on turn 3. I think that might have been, I don't know, could have worked out a little bit differently, but in the grand scheme of things, like as soon as because turn 4, 5, and 6 were pretty standard because we had True Silver and then he played Harrison and then the other True Silver to kill Harrison and then
And on the other hand, Drakir got 2 good swipes off. One of which, of course, was a turn too early. Then it was answered by Master for Battle by Gooder, but he still had those two rafts in hand. Trying to play around the Quartermaster, and then the second swipe was absolute value as well because that was an effective board clear again, and then he just had the combo as a finisher.
So the thing about Gooder's deck is it doesn't run Quartermaster. There are no Quartermasters in this deck, which is interesting to me because it just feels like a lack of synergy because there's no Knife Juggler either. So it doesn't. Yeah. So what do you play Master for? I guess I suppose it's sort of like to fill in a bit of a gap, but he's got things like he's got a Cog Hammer in there. Maybe I guess it's just something to drop on turn 3, but yeah, that's all it is. Just turn 3. It's just to move on turn 3, which I suppose isn't that bad because it does give you board presence and a weapon. Yeah, so it's pretty good. But yeah, there was just no real follow up there. So but he drew the muster for turn 4, wasn't it? He didn't have it on.
Yeah.
But it just seemed like that he was doomed there because he was gonna. Drakir always seemed like he was going to get a good swipe off. It just got really set up. It just we looked at the hands and there was such reactive hand in each of them. each of their holdings, but it just seemed like Drakir had the better of it. And obviously, as we saw the combo, once you got round to, I think it almost, he had to play red-black hand on that turn 8 to kill Boom, didn't he? So he couldn't have just lay on hands to get out of. So yeah, it was sort of like, I don't know, it just felt like there was not much he could really do.
Yeah, because with the combo, he wouldn't have been out of range. The +8. Yeah, so either way, he was kind of. I guess at that point, you're hoping your opponent doesn't have combo.
Yeah, he didn't draw too much removal. The 2 True Silvers are pretty clunky, but obviously it came in handy because it got Harrison. But I guess needing to play the second one straight away sort of like killed it a bit, because obviously you get that value of. I think it's actually like worked out really well for him, because blocking 1 True Silver blow and then absorbing a second one with Harrison sort of just, I guess, allowed him to build up tempo, because there wasn't much else he could really do. Yeah, it's congratulations to Drakir winning the second game.
Yeah. All right. Well, with that, we'll go on to game 6. All right, so I misspoke last time. This is actually game 7. Last game was game 6, not game 5. So we have Avery versus Drakir. This is the semi-final game. Whoever loses still can go through the losers bracket. So either one of these players still will see more games. But this we'll see who goes 4-0.
And also, this is the first Druid Mirror that we have, right?
Oh my god. Innovate versus Wild Growth.
Wait, I think we've seen one other. But I think one only. I think we've seen one other. We've seen some games so far.
Crazy.
Yeah, this. Oh.
The shenanigans are real. Oh my god. The only thing separating these boys at the moment is the coin.
Yeah.
My mind is on the golden druid just because it's golden. You back the shinies, right? So do you innovate? I think you innovate Outlaw here and just steamroll ahead on the card advantage. The only problem is he can clear it with what's on board. Because he can run the shredder in. So yeah, lower Theb. Or you can coin swipe this, I think, but he's gonna go for, oh my god, the Raggy G.
Oh wow.
Turn 5 Ragnaros, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, we have seen some quick turns so far.
I feel like if he misses, it's actually really bad.
Oh,
he doesn't miss. It's 5.
RNG is with Avery today.
Far out. What do you even do? I think you just have to pilot a shredder and hope for the best. And that's really shit. Because he doesn't have BGH. The fact that he doesn't have BGH in his hand right now is... Ugh. The 2 rag hits at least.
Wow.
That is screwed.
Yeah, what's so difficult about this matchup is it's like you don't even care what the other player does, because you've got time to spare. There is no early game.
The really like harsh thing about this bit is he can play lower Theb next turn and shut down any sort of like spell removal, and then go for the kill with Savage Roar and swipe on the next turn. So it's looking like he's basically won it, because he can just go face here, but he's taking the safe route.
Oh.
But even so. No, that's not a bad pickup. That's basically, you have to hope here that he can't deal with this. Yeah, I think Sylvanas is the only real play here. That's all you can do, sorry.
Yeah, because you're thinking, what, a max of 2 potential silences in your opponent's hand, and there's only 4 cards, so what are the chances?
Yeah, I think... So if you play Sylvanas, what, you get lower... I think, or you just ignore it. I think you almost just ignore it.
The problem is that Rag might still sniper.
I think you're far enough ahead that you just YOLO it. Because what, you can do 8 damage to put him down to... Yeah, he's just... I think you don't really have a choice here. If Frag goes face, then I think this is over. But he doesn't.
Oh, did you see the?
Oh,
wow!
Boys!
See, that's what I.
Wow!
And the swipe. Game on, ladies and gentlemen.
Wow. He's one man off a good play, but
dude, play his own rag. Double rag. Double rag. The safe route is obviously, I think, he's doing it.
Oh, wow.
He's doing it. Boys.
Oh.
Can you count that as a miss? Far out. Dude, you just rush here. I think you only have one move, and that's race. Because he can do, what? 5, 9 plus 6 is 15. Yeah, that's all you can do here. Because you can win next turn if he doesn't heal.
That's what, yeah.
That's what he's doing. But he also has to hope that the rags hit his face instead.
No, they don't have to hit his face. Because he's got swipe.
Oh, yeah, because he's got swipe. Okay, yeah.
Man, this is over. He has to armor up. And you don't know, I think...
He's got to nourish, but...
Nourish doesn't do...
Oh, I'm sorry, this mana crystals, that's not help, yeah.
Yeah, he has to armor up.
That just shows how often I see that card.
Jesus, he has to figure out the needs to armor up.
Wow.
Man, my heart's beating. My heart is beating. This is ridiculous.
He does not know where to swipe. He just doesn't know it.
Dude, this is brutal. I think he's thinking through this.
You have to. You have to.
Rightly so.
Yeah.
This is it, boys. Game 7 to Avery.
Wait.
It's over.
Oh yeah, you're right. I'm sorry. I forgot about hero power. Oh wow.
Well played.
That's so brutal.
Wow. Such a turnaround. And then right back around again.
See,
I was gonna say.
The ridiculous thing is if he hero powers, he pretty much wins. That is ridiculous that it comes down to that, because far out, that was a really quick druid game as well.
So what do we think? What wow.
I mean, one word, double Ragnaros.
That was intense. That is definitely probably that. I think that is probably going to be the game of the tournament, right there. Just like TV made. Double Ragnaros is really fun. Jesus Christ.
He just Avery put on so much pressure it didn't matter.
Yeah, with his turn 5 rag, he pressured so hard. And then the sudden turnaround, stealing rag via Sylvanas and then double ragging yourself and then still losing. Like,
man.
Double ragging, yeah, dude, that's so brutal. I think that's
the worst part is, you're right, Drakia had this and he turned this around. As long as he had, hero powered himself up with one armor. It's like,
well, that was the thing. He by giving into the temptation to play 2 rags, he, I guess, gave up control. He had like 2 swings of 8, but that gives you some like pressure, but it doesn't give you total control, which is what he could have had if he had played not the rag, if he had played the other things in his hand. Boys, that was intense. I was just like, I could just see it unfolding in my eye, and it's like, these guys aren't keeping up with me. I'm just experiencing this all by myself. It's like,
that really was a quick game, a very, very quick game.
Yeah, I mean, ultimately, yeah, Drakia tried to counter aggression with his own aggression, and in favor of trying to play control, and that cost him the game at the end. So, yeah.
Whew, I got quite excited there.
Right.
That was. I just saw it. I was like,
what am I seeing? Well, so that's the semifinals right there. So
yeah.
Again, Avery's moving on. Drakir is not out. He's in the losers bracket. So congrats to Avery. So we'll see him in the finals. But now we're going to go ahead and step back into the losers bracket, run through that, and see who's playing against Avery. So we will be right back. All right, and we've got Gooder versus Xenomonger, Paladin versus Druid. So, I don't know. I do pretty well with my Paladin versus Druid, but
yeah, I was gonna say my money in general is on Paladin, but it's Dragon Paladin, so I don't know how good that is gonna do.
So is he gonna coin out Wild Growth? Looks like he is.
Job's done.
Okay. Okay, shield mini bot, sure.
This shield mini bot is just annoying to deal with in anything. And now,
sorry, I thought about why did he coin it out? Sure, yeah, because no, he doesn't have a turn 2 play though. That's the thing. Like, why spend the coin when you already know you probably can't play anything else besides Wild Growth?
In case you draw into another one, I guess.
Yeah.
And Blackwing Technician gets some value. Yeah, it's one thing I've noticed.
It's really good.
I was about to say, one of the things I've noticed is this dragon deck in particular doesn't have as many dragons as maybe it should.
Yeah.
Because last game, he did not get the value out of it. It was black.
I'm not sure.
There's no Azure Drakes in this either. That's the weird thing.
I feel like there's potential now that the extra dragons have been released.
I'm looking at the deck list right now. I think Ysera is the only dragon in the whole deck.
No, there's
consorts.
Obviously the consorts.
Yeah.
So a consort can do another. The other consort.
Yeah.
Well, that's 3 out of 30.
Yeah.
10% a dragon.
Yeah.
Which,
man, the shit thing is he has to hero. He can only hero power healer. He doesn't have a turn 4 play. But the only shit thing in here is going to be followed up by a swipe. So no matter what he does, I'm pretty sure he loses his board because likely it's going to have whatever comes out of the shredder will have a 2 health.
Oh.
And so, but you don't even need to swipe this. That's the interesting thing. But
not at all.
I don't think. This is weird. I think you can swipe just because there's nothing better to do. Oh wait, no, he's got Druid of the Claw.
Of course he is. Yeah.
Yeah, so I think Druid of the Claw is better.
Oh, but he's just gonna go for it. I guess maybe he's thinking Emperor Thorazane in turn 6, but I guess it doesn't really matter because a cheap swipe's a good play too. Now we see the consort.
So now you can't play Thorazane. See, this puts you in a really awkward spot. Whereas I think last turn, if you play Druid of the Claw, although it'll take some damage, it makes your swipe this turn much better because you still have 2 of them.
I mean, obviously we can see the opponent's hands, but thinking about getting 5 cards cheaper by 1, that's still not bad if that's all you get out of Thorazon. And it's 5/5 trades into a 5/5.
Okay, yeah.
I don't know. Think of it has taunt, but we see what's in Gooder's hand, so.
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah, so if he Thoracen's here, then it's probably, what do you reckon, like a quality muster almost? Or do you reckon that's too much?
That's what I thought too. But then your 5/5 dragon, which just perished, is also a 1 health creature. So swipe just wrecks that too. That's tough. That's a tough turn.
I'm not a big fan of naked Sylvanas.
No.
Offensive Sylvanas is usually not great.
I think in something when you've seen 1 swipe, playing a muster is fine, particularly when you don't have Quartermaster in your deck. Playing a muster and hero powering, I think, is fine because you've seen 1 swipe. And if he swipes a second one, that means like the subsequent muster or whatever you're doing, it would be fine. But I suppose he doesn't really have a lot of options in his hand at the moment. It's kind of clunky because he's got that lay on hands and it's more a very reactive hand at the moment. See, now it looks like Savannah's just going to die for free, but that is the swipe gone, so.
Yeah, I don't know if I like that.
Yeah, I think he has the means to just like take it in the face, and you can probably hold the other one so they get more. I don't know. Maybe he just doesn't like his hand. So, do you play a naked? I think you can play a naked black hand here because you've seen 2 swipes and 1 wrath.
Correct. Yeah. Absolutely.
I think. Where do you go? You go. Oh, that's just.
Oh,
that is
wow. Oh.
Because you can play the Druid of the Claw and the BGH.
Yeah. Wow.
So it's gonna get
top decked.
So obviously, I think this will be a quality consecrated. And oh wow, he can go quality. He doesn't even need to use consecrate. He can go quality master. Okay, now you go quality consecrate master. Consecrate master.
Wow.
Yeah, quality consecrate master is great because you've seen both swipes.
You can't play it though. He's 1 mana short.
Oh, he is. Oh well, we'll just go.
Yeah. Make a dude.
Yeah, the first time I added it up, it's like, no, he doesn't have enough mana. Then I started doing it again. It's like, no, he does.
Math is hard. It is.
Indeed.
Because I was looking at the cards, I was like, wait, it's not turn 9 for him yet.
That's a really good pickup because you can just lure here and clear the hero. That's pretty straightforward. And then now you've seen like his biggest removal combo, and most paladins, and including this paladin, are really running 1 equality these days.
Oh, I don't know if I like this play.
He's such. The greed is real.
I don't like that. I don't like that at all. I just don't think that card draw value is worth it.
Well, I think he's trying to just speed it up and draw into the combo. I think that's probably what it is.
Okay.
That he's just trying to rush him down. Because I think if it goes really late, Paladin does win. But I don't know about this Paladin. But obviously, with things like Ystera and Kel'Thuzad in there, because this is like, I guess, a slight variation on the fast Druid. It's slightly a slower Druid.
Yeah.
It's got things like Starfall and Ancient of War in there. And he's only got the 1 combo. So I think he's just combo digging. So I think he's just, Ancient of War here.
Yeah, probably.
Ancient of War.
Dr. Boom?
Well, Dr. Boom's not a bad play. What are you worried about with Ancient of War? Equality or Quartermaster?
The bombs are...
That's right, got it.
The bombs are probably going to trade for 2 of the tokens each, but still, it's like,
I like Ancient of War better, because even if he does Quartermaster, he still has to spend quite a few of them trading into it.
Sure.
So that's what I like about that. Obviously, I guess Boom sort of establishes the board presence, and it makes Savage Roar better. Because if he draws Savage Roar, he will win the game. So I think this is pretty straightforward.
Yeah, definitely.
You can.
Wait,
I don't think you're too concerned about it.
Oh, he just wants to clear it with those minions. Okay. No. Oh, what's he doing? He's scaring me.
Well, if he was going to do that anyway, why not play KT though, and get those tokens back?
Well, because I think he's gonna.
With Boom.
I think he's gonna be GH. Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Okay, I thought he was gonna hit a bomb first. There you go.
Yeah, taking in the face I think is okay.
Yeah.
Like you're already dead to combo. Yeah, you died a combo here.
Reporting for duty.
That's exact. Oh wow.
Oh man.
Combo Druid, GG. Oh wait. Yeah,
Does he really?
14. Yeah, 14 plus 3 is 17, ladies and gentlemen.
Does he realize?
Does he? Yeah. Does he see it?
Please.
I don't think he doesn't see it. He doesn't see lethal. No.
He's missed lethal.
Oh, what an upset.
God, dude.
You can't blame him. How many times I miss lethal when you're watching someone else play, or it's so much easier.
You're a druid. You see those two cards in your hand, you like hold them up high in the sky and be like, I've won the game!
Oh my.
Oh, no.
If he comes back, holy shit.
Well, he can heal for 8, but that doesn't do it.
Yeah, Gooder doesn't have a good hand either. It's
No.
that's not a comeback hand.
I don't think it matters.
Maybe Lay on Hands will help, but
Lay on Hands holds not much.
No, because he's got so many minions on the board.
Yeah, it's fortunate.
Oh, wow.
I'd like to see one of these misplays get punished so hard.
Sure. Does he see it now?
I think if he doesn't see it now, we have to send him to an optometrist. I think.
Wait,
because
no, yeah, he sees it.
He moused over Lotheb for a second, so I was wondering.
He did.
Okay, he sees it.
When he's got
wow.
that many minions,
it's possible he doesn't usually play Druid and he just doesn't know instantly that it's 14, because it's just ingrained in my brain that 14 is the limit, and then +3 for anything, or +2 onto anything that's on board.
Right, which it looks like there he was counting, so I put money that's what it was.
Yeah, because like, yeah, and not everyone instinctively knows that boom bot plus combo equals 17.
Right.
All right, so we are saying goodbye to Gooder.
Yeah, so what do we think?
Dragon Pally without the dragons. It doesn't end working.
Sadly. I like I don't know. It was a bold move to begin with. Like, as we said, playing a game that's probably not completely where it's supposed to be yet, just because there's some cards missing. Like,
I think the fact that you missed Hungry Dragon is enough said. Hungry Dragon is like one of the biggest carriers for the Dragon deck, because it's just like such a ridiculous stat setup. I mean, 5/6 for 4 mana, and following a consort is 3 mana, and it's just 2 mana. Yeah, it's only 2 mana then. Yeah, gee, yeah, ridiculous.
Yeah,
but yeah, I think this basically played itself. Because without Quartermaster, there is really no mid game for the mid-range Paladin. He's got a few mid-range cards, like he's got like Dark Iron Dwarf and Defender of Argus and something, and even the consorts sit around mid game. But that's just seemed where he seemed to lose it. Like Druid having both swipes just insta deals with muster and things like that, and the board. These Druid swipes seem to be like stealing it. But that missed lethal. I would like to see one of these games, maybe in the final best of 3, let someone get punished for missing lethal.
Yeah. Oh yeah. 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 I just feel like the Druid palette, or the Dragon palette, the Dragon, as we said on the podcast, it does. Well, this one in particular doesn't have a lot of tools other than maybe Equality Consecrate to deal with the Druid minions, whereas your typical Control Paladin does. It has
the thing is, Gooder used that exact combo on a board that was, like, all things considered, wasn't that strong, probably. Like, it was 2 minions that he killed with that, and those are both 4-tech minions, I think. So yeah, it was like, it kind of felt like a waste in hindsight. Like,
and you look at his deck list, and it's a little bit over, like what we were saying before about no support for the Master. But he's got things like Abusive Sergeant. He's got an Abusive Sergeant in there, and that sort of just screams to me like it's not been, his deck hasn't really been considered as to what the purpose is. Using particularly something like Red Black Hand just seems a little bit silly in a deck where you only have 3 other dragons.
I do wonder the mindset if some of these players came in thinking it was going to be all aggro all the time, where we've only really seen one aggro deck in Mech Mage, and that's borderline aggro mid-range.
But like, aside from this deck wouldn't perform, like if it got like the perfect stuff, it'd perform okay against aggro, because he's got things like he's got a Zombie Chow, he's got a Cog Hammer and things like that. So that, and the Shielded Mini Bots are just godsended against aggro, and so is the Blackwing Technician. But it just seems like the deck wasn't like refined enough, and that's usually the problem with a new archetype, is it takes a while for it to be refined. Whereas Xenomonger's Druid deck is something that is just, I guess, a a modification on the classic Druid deck that we've seen. Like it's the fast Druid deck with some modifications such as the Starfall and the Blood Maze Thanos and things like that. But yeah, it's a pretty tight-knit deck. Everyone sort of has a rough idea of how it's going to run, how you play in each scenario, and that's sort of, I think, what overcame that is the... And the combo. The combo usually helps. I always wonder if it's going to get nerfed, because the easiest thing is when we compare it to Bloodlust, and there's just a seeming disparity between the Druid combo and Bloodlust. But it's one of the last remaining big hand damage combos, so we'll see how it goes. But anyway, congratulations to Xenomonga moving on, and we say goodbye to Guda. Thank you for playing, sir.
Yeah. Fabio, any thoughts?
I don't know. I think you guys basically summed it up pretty well. Like, I still can't believe he missed late one.
That was pretty funny.
But just looking at Guda's hand, like Guda, that was not a comeback hand. So I think Xenomonga just got lucky there that his opponent wasn't able to punish that. So
yeah, but I think the problem is, though, when you're that low, he's eventually going to see the combo and see for the 14 damage. You just have to get a much more explosive combo.
Yeah.
No, it was going to happen. It just didn't happen for this. Explosive, like boom, wow, you win moment.
Yeah.
Boom, wow. Oh my God, how did you kill me?
Exactly.
All right, well, that was game 8. We'll go ahead and get into game 9. All right, and here we are with Vanilla Swirl versus Royce, Mage versus Hunter. And we know that Royce's deck is more of a control or a mid-range Hunter deck.
Which he did play a bit too fast last time. So we might see a straight-up aggro battle right now.
Yeah, this is going to be interesting.
I don't like that mulligan. It's like you don't have anything to do for a while.
That's true.
So I guess I don't know. It's just
Snag Trap's not going to do anything. His first real turn is turn 3 Animal Companion. For Royce.
And that just seems like a little bit too long. I think you really want to look for a Web Spinner or a Haunted Creeper or something. Especially if he ends up not getting the taunt, because Vanilla Swirl is going to have a board already. Freezing Trap, that's... I don't think you necessarily need Misha here. Anything's good. See, that's really good.
Yeah, and it didn't hurt him to test that first. I guess he's thinking this is your typical aggro face hunter, and that was a... Misha's really... Leok's really good here, because it doesn't die... Well, he dies to hero power micro machine attack, but that's alright, I think. But he's not going to go for it, so now it's an even trade. I think you probably... What do you do? I think you Hunter's Mark. Okay, he's just going full power. Because the only problem here is if it gets cleared, then you're in a bit of a shit spot, with the Frostbolt. And he can in before Millhouse Mana Storm. We're getting late in the game. Royce's hand isn't looking fantastic, but... Wow.
I would have waited, I think, until next turn to do that. I was thinking that, but then I think it's better, because the worst thing that happens is he unleashes, and if he unleashes for 2 cards, then you're doing pretty well, I'd say.
Okay, so he Snake Traps. All right.
So this looks all right, I guess,
unless there
we go, Swaggy Ross. He's got a really good turn next turn with the Savannah Hayman.
Yeah.
And this will proc a Freezing Trap, so that's pretty nice. So he's got initiative here, which is pretty sweet. Sorry, no, initiative, a little board present, brother. So yeah, I think he just high main here.
What's
high main here.
Oh, he's not doing it.
You wanted...
This feels like a waste to me.
Well, so it's the thing. Again, we can see his hand, or both players' hands. But even with that, would you make that play?
Regardless, I think when you have a chance to clear on turn 6, when you have a high main, you play the damn high main. Well, obviously, it might be definitely going to be biased by the other hand that we can see. But I think that's just standard in mid-range 100. That's what you want. You want to get max value for your high main.
We see
but even then, just judging by his own hand, he had nothing to really proc the juggler with. Like, so why play it? He's doing it again.
No, he has to. He has to play the.
I think he
now because
I think he read that play. So yeah, I think that's the only thing you can do. You do not want to give him either of those cards, the Savannah High Main or the Core Hound.
But it's looking pretty rough for Royce right now. He's only got 2 cards in his hand.
Right,
I think you could almost, you could probably play out your hand there, because even if it's explosive trap, it's still not dying to much. And you might get some lucky daggers and not have to trade in general. See, now this is...
High main hero power?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
That's unfortunate.
That's a really awkward one.
Yeah, you want to hit that 4/4.
It sort of ensures the trade here. I might have been inclined to trade off the Knife Juggler. Like, I guess he's just hoping for a really good unleash, but I don't think that's ever going to happen. I don't think you can expect to get a good unleash. Well, a good Knife Juggler unleash, at least.
Now, is this going to be a mistake? Where are those knives going? Oh, wow. It might not matter, though.
Hey, that's not bad.
Wow.
Not bad at all.
Oh, that's unfortunate. Went a little greedy. If it pays off, that's good, but unfortunately, that didn't pay off for him.
See, this turn, that was just really awkward because he can't... The best thing I think that happens there with you, Animal Companion, and then it's gonna be bad.
Rag to the face.
Either of those plays were pretty bad. I think he's just sort of... that's really shit.
Wow.
Because there's not enough... He doesn't have enough board.
Yeah, you only get 1 card out of it. I guess unless he drew a Huffer, but... What's he doing? Okay.
I think if you're going to do that, you need to do it first. Like,
I was going to say, was there anything better he could have drawn instead of playing Animal Companion? It's like...
But that just should be a rule of thumb. If you're going to draw, do it first, because it might
always
change
draw
what you
first. Yeah, sure.
I don't think it doesn't really matter what rag hits here. I think it's pretty done because he's used both of his Hunter's Marks. I think. He's definitely used one. Royce just stalling out for some BM, waiting for his turn. That's going in the right direction, I guess.
Yeah. Job done. Except for that. But I mean, what are you gonna do?
I think that's definitely better than the high man.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't get the proc.
Plus, Vanilla Swirl doesn't really have anything on his hand that would help him here. Okay.
Going for the value. Okay.
Oh
wow. Oh, there's some BM.
Okay, I take that
cheeky.
back. I take that back. He actually had stuff that's helpful.
Oh, let the chain begin. Oh, man, I was so keen to see all the bump go off.
Wow.
And I think that'll be it, boys. Yeah. And that's all she wrote, ladies and gentlemen.
Well played, Royce. Congratulations to Vanilla Swirl. Moving on. So what'd you think?
It was too greedy, Royce.
Royce, again, yeah. He played his control hunter too aggressively, and Vanilla just got some good value out of his stuff. Like, he was able to get a good trade, like good board clear with daggers plus blast mage. He killed a core hound for free with the blast mage on the next turn, which was great. You know, that was at that point was Royce's only real damage potential. Like, that was the scary thing that he still had, and it just got traded away.
Yeah.
Which was also value, and then of course the time rewinder plus armor plating was
that was
pretty awesome. I mean, I even, like, during the game I thought, okay, he just has nothing, he has to do like a vanilla trade without any help, but I didn't think about the fact that you used armor plate, your own Dr. Boom, trade your opponents away, take it back, pull it, play it again.
Yeah. Because all he had a micro machine, if I remember correctly, a micro machine and a mech warper. That's it. Exactly. And then he had, so I'm thinking, all right, so he's got 2 spare parts. Hope that you draw into
something good.
Yeah. Or
exactly,
your Archmage, Antonitis, but no. He good plays, and it just worked out. That mirror entity really, I mean, that solidified the game.
That was a brutal mirror entity. He didn't have a choice, but I think he did pick the right one, because they're not always going to have the time rewinder in hand and be like, oh yeah, no, my boom again, and just be like, but I think, it just felt like Royce was being really greedy with those hunter's marks. Obviously, the aim of the game when playing against a mech mage is board control, because if you deny the board, you deny the mech warper value, you deny the goblin blast mage value, and that's the key to winning against mech mage with, I guess, a deck like this that's so close to the mid-range, just outboarding them. And he had the potential to do that, but it just a few things that it didn't seem like he had the long game in mind, and that's the thing. He pretty much wins the long game, because if he gets value, all he needs to do is get good value for his Savannah Haymanes, and then he should be fine.
And he didn't get good value out of his scary stuff. Like, that's the thing, though. Like,
yeah, he was particularly with the
even his long-term strategy didn't work out. I mean, his core hound just got traded away.
Can we say, was it turn 6 where he didn't play the Savannah Highmane? Was that kind of you gave up board presence right there? Because that was into the Shredder, because he had what? It was Leok? He had Leok versus a Shredder, and I think, and that's when he opted to play the Knife Juggler. And that was sort of a bit weird, because it's just such a good threat on turn 6, because the mage has to fireball it basically, or Shredder and Ping, but either way, they're giving up so much, and the fact that you didn't do it, like really pushes your initiative to get it on the board, because it's like, wow, it's like playing Dr. Boom on turn 7. You do it because of the board presence, and Highmane's the same thing. Mech Mage isn't known for running a lot of silences, if any at all, so this is the perfect time to do it, because he's going to have to give up something to get it off the board, and most likely going to end up with at least 1/2/2 surviving. And I think that's sort of, that may have not been like the thing that killed him, but that's definitely around the time that it started turning in towards Vanilla Swell's favor. But thanks for playing, Royce. Yeah.
Enjoyed your antics.
All right, so that's game 9. We'll go on to game 10. Okay, and we've got Vanilla Swirl versus Xenomonger, Mage versus Druid. So we just saw Vanilla Swirl. We know it's a mech mage, and a lot of the Druids today have been pretty similar. I mean, different versions of the mid-range Druid with different setups, but kind of the same.
I think Xeno's got a perfect opening hand here.
Yes, he does.
Vanilla's also got a good mulligan, though. He's got... Not bad either.
No.
I'm a big fan of maybe just passing this turn.
Yes. Waiting for turn 3 to...
wait for turn 2. So you drop the Mech Warper and the Metron at the same time, so it doesn't die. And I think he saw that as well, because you can see on board that it's going to die to Zombie Chow hero power.
Mm-hmm.
Job's done. And you only give up the 2 health, which you in eventually get back.
So is this a play? It looks like it. Yep.
Man, if he had like the fortitude to play Mirror Entity there against the Druid, that would have been fantastic because it would have copied the Shade.
Now,
and he would have got in. You don't lose anything by doing that because you get the turn 3. You get the double Annoyatron.
Right. So he can clear board here, and this looks like what he's gonna do. That's. I mean, obviously, again, seeing the hand, we know that's probably the best play for him.
There's a Mech Whopper on board. You have to get rid of it. Otherwise, they continue to get value, I suppose.
And that's strong.
That's strong considering it's gonna... Wow, if he plays Lothar, I think he knows. I think playing a Thalnos here is fine because you know you're pretty sure what it is.
Yeah. And then just hero power it away.
Exactly, yeah, it gives him a card, but that's like the best outcome. Yeah.
Or does he just trade the Zombie Chow and say, well, there's no point?
Well,
just think of the health.
HP.
Oh, okay, yeah.
That's a much better line. Because as you say, it's only 1 HP.
I don't like that. I think I would have. I don't like it.
Because then it just die to ping, and like worst case scenario, Thalnos dies to Thalnos. And there's nothing really to manipulate with spell power.
That's true. That's very true.
Yeah, I think that's fine.
So we're gonna see the Emperor.
Yep. And this is so cheeky. He's got Kezan for the next Mirror Entity if there is one. I think because you got a 3-card hand, so Thaurissan isn't that great, but the fact that it's a Dr. Boom and a lower Theb would, I guess, push me over the edge to just do it.
Yeah. Exactly.
You don't really have, and you don't have a better player, and you know there are more secrets in these decks. You don't play the Kezan and Hero Power. I think you just go face with Zombie Chow and leave the other dude, leave the Shade, because unless, like, I suppose you do protect your Thaurissan a little bit. This is interesting.
Because now he leaves Thaurissan open to trade ping, right?
Well, we know that he doesn't have a really good, like, turn next turn.
Yeah. Aside from Blasphemy, that's not going to do much.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
He got the one he needed.
For some reason I was thinking it wasn't a mech on board, but no, there's a pilot shredder red. So now you get the 6-mana Dr. Boom, which doesn't really help that much in terms of the curve.
Correct.
But I think you do it because you know it's a mech mage, and at any point there could be another mirror entity. So I think you trade in the Shade. Or he's been pretty greedy, so he's probably gonna go for the other guy. He's gonna trade. He's just gonna go for the Mana Addict.
Oh, he's this way.
Wow,
no, he's going Druid of the Claw.
He's trying to protect his Shade. Is he?
I guess maybe he's thinking it's a turn too early for Flame Strike.
Well, most mech mages don't run Flame Strike anyway, so it's a pretty safe bet so this might be the winning strategy because he's building board faster than the mech mage can build the board. And I was saying last game, it's really hard to win as a mech mage if your opponent gets the board. And even now, he has to trade his board to get some back.
To even get through the taunt wall, yeah.
So, I mean, so far it's paid off for him.
I think you drop the Snow Choker here because you can freeze your face. I would take on Snow Choker because you, in theory, save yourself 2 damage for the combo, which limits it to a 12 damage combo as opposed to a 14. So here you can drop Lower Theb and Dr. Boom, and that'll pretty much solidify your win, I think.
And that is exactly what I'm going to do.
Wow.
Because unless it's a mech mage that has tech Flame Strike, as we can see from the list, it's not. So it's pretty hard for this guy to come back. Particularly on turn 7.
Like, he would need to play his own Dr. Boom, basically. Probably to even have a chance.
Sure.
There's something that really helps, and particularly as we see, like 6 mana armor plating, not what you want.
I mean, what he has right there is not enough.
I think it's basically damage control at this point. I think you can't even really take out a Boombot for fear that it might kill the Annoyatron.
All right, Alright, so he's just trying to fill up the board now. Okay. Wow.
Oh, jeez.
Wow. Did I get that right? Was that 5 damage total?
Yeah, so it's over. Hero power and Force of Nature, and that'll be it, boys. So game to Xenomonger. Druid domination, boys. Hype.
Just once that mid game comes, it's over.
It's over for Mech Mage, yeah. All of a sudden.
And he concedes before. Nice.
Once you lose, that's part of the reason why Flame Strike was tacked into the deck at one stage, was in case you lose board, you give, and that's sort of why Hellfire was used in Zoo earlier, was because it gives you a chance to get back in the game. Anyway, I've never thought Micro Machine was that strong. I think running perhaps magical, no, what was it called? The Scientist would be better, because you can easier get out those mirror entities.
Yeah, sure. Well, Xenomonger takes that game. Thank you, Vanilla Swirl. Actually did really well.
Yeah, he was.
I thought he might have had that game up till the end. Once the big minions started coming down, it was GG.
Yeah. But that's just sort of like Druid. If you get to turn 6 and they've got block control, you're just gone.
Yeah.
Such is the life of most aggro decks, I suppose.
Right. Now, I mean, there's still left to be seen what happens here, but I can't wait to have discussions about what we think about this tournament overall. Because I thought there were some interesting things. I wonder if we saw some different, maybe actual aggro decks, maybe this would have turned out different.
Well, Mech Mage is an actual aggro deck, but if there were more...
And this one I don't think had that. Well, yeah.
It just didn't have a fallback strategy.
Right.
Like either you win with your aggro strategy or...
There's no plan B. I mean, the Mech Mages I've played, I've got a plan B, kind of end game option. But this one...
Yeah, there was no Antonitis or anything. That's sort of like, I guess your plan B is to use your spare parts and just start fireballing things.
Right. And I mean, my Mech Mage deck, I was running 1 Flame Strike, just in case. Because if you do fall behind, that can be a potential catch-up. Because I think like players would think, okay, I've got the Mage's boards cleared. I'm just gonna fill up and solidify it. And I mean the
fallback strategy with spare parts worked out for him last game. Like we saw that amazing Dr. Boom combo.
Right.
But it's just so unreliable. Like you never know if you've got the right stuff at the right time.
Right.
Well, that's why Antonitis is such a good pickup for it, because it doesn't matter what you get, it's just a 1-minute spell that can proc a fireball, so that's really what you're after.
Yeah. All right, well, so with that done, we'll go ahead and go to game 11.
Here we Druid versus Druid.
Yeah, so we've got Druid versus Druid, Xenomonger versus Drakir. And we've, of course, seen these decks before. What do we think?
All right, whoever Druid's the hardest is going to win this game, I believe.
Man.
Drakir had to mulligan, but, he got Coin Shade, so at least that's something. But I'm looking at Xenomonger's cards, he doesn't really have anything on his own. Like, he's like, what does he have?
All right, I can see both hands now. I think, Xenomonger.
It's like...
Nah, you don't Blood Mage. You just die to Hero Power.
Yeah.
You just Hero Power. And hope he doesn't have Wild Growth, because obviously if he has Wild Growth, you start falling behind.
Oh,
that's a bad
Thalnos.
Boy. Bad boy.
No. I think he's trying to fish for something else, right?
Yeah,
because he doesn't... The thing is, he doesn't have a turn 3 play either. Aside from Hero Powering again. So he wants to draw, I guess. Okay. It's better than nothing.
See, the funny thing is, if he didn't make that play, he wouldn't have the shade, so confirm good play.
Man. So what was originally fast games have turned back into slow games.
Well, eventually we're going to have a Druid game that didn't involve a Wild Growth or an Innovate. And we're going to get to like turn 27 and they're just going to draw an Innovate. It's like,
So what do you think? Do we think this is going to be a life coach kind of game where it's roped every turn once we get to like turn 8?
Maybe. Like for the most part, it looks pretty straightforward because they don't have that many options. Like, are we looking for a silence and trade? Is that what we're looking at here?
He's moused over it. Oh, is he?
Or do you silence his paws?
There's really no other plays. And he trades. Okay.
So what do you go? Turn 4. That's another.
It's another shredder.
Shredder, yeah.
What? To a turn we saw just before. So I feel like you need to play Kazan Zombie Chow. I think Kazan Zombie Chow is probably fine because you get more buddies on board.
You don't like the Druid of the Claw play?
Yeah, it's all right, I suppose. But I think I don't know. Taunt, like you don't really need to direct their attacks at the moment.
And it gets a lot of damage into the taunt. Like 4 out of its 6 health is quite significant.
Yeah, it just feels a little bit slow. Like if he plays a keeper, then that's gone.
I guess this gives him board too.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You're only really sort of losing out to even swipe's not that great.
Yeah, sure.
For removal.
And this is really good for him. Because he's got the Chow, which, you know, the later it dies, the better, because you get more health.
Yeah, sure.
I think you drop the Thoris in here. Even though it's going to die on board, I think gaining the -1 on everything is...
He's got a heavy hand, sure. Yeah.
And it fits the curve better, because then next turn you can play... See, now he can't trade for it on board, but we know by seeing his hand he probably can. But he does have to trade quite a bit to get there.
Sure.
There's a decent chance that this doesn't get traded, but I think I think Savage Roll is probably a good play here. Because Drakir, does he have 1 or 2 of them? If he has 2 of them, then it's fine to just use it here. Yeah, he has 2, so I would seriously consider just using it here. And it looks like he's opting not to do that. But I suppose if he does that, he doesn't have like a great follow-up. See, the thing with the Savage Roar is like you get to keep your board, you get to keep your Shade Stealth. Where I think that's probably what would be, if we look back at this game, might be a little bit hard to comprehend, might be responsible for some things.
Go ahead and drop in the lore, picking up some cards.
See, I don't like this. I think Druid and Shade is fine because he can't on board get through the taunt, and he's going to trade a lot in addition to whatever he has. Because I think the lore is obviously the same thing, but is a slightly better body. I guess it's not too different, and he does get the 2 cards this way, so I suppose it's probably a pretty valid play. So this is looking like what?
Yeah.
Well, you could...
This Weblord's messing up his Dr. Boom. If that's what he wanted to do.
Well, you could... Well, I would have seriously considered putting Weblord into thing and playing Boom.
Nice going face.
I guess if he thinks... If it cancels out his Boom, then it also cancels out his opponent's Boom. So which might be a consideration, and maybe he wants to save it for a more stable board state.
Plus, he's got the board advantage at the moment, so it's like denying your opponent Dr. Boom might not be a bad idea.
How do we feel about Swipe? Doesn't really clear everything,
right?
Yeah, it's not that good at all. I think you just go with another law, or you can go. You don't want to play Wild Growth here. It's too close to turn 10.
I don't know if I like this. Yeah, I'm thinking, like, do you want to do that? Because are you thinking this is also that Weblord is also affecting my opponent's hand, and now you've you've sacrificed your turn, which we know that it's not affecting him at all. But I don't know. Maybe I would have just left that up.
Really good.
Oh wow.
No, I think it's fine to clear it because you do have your own low Earth there, but it does give you another turn on the combo.
Oh, top
wow.
deck.
Get BGH'd.
So I think, yeah, BGH, lower third.
Wow. Here it comes. Oh, man.
That is brutal.
Yeah, lore for... Now, are you healthing or carding here?
I got all of the bugs.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm going back in.
Is he carding? Wow.
He's carding. Yeah, wow.
Oh, he's not afraid of combo. I mean, his opponent doesn't have board, and no, that's the thing. Yeah, he's two health off of being dead to combo. It's true.
So I think, yeah, you have to try and win the board here. Like, you can't be afraid. These are sort of like those situations where you need to take a risk to try and win.
Yeah.
Okay.
So as we can see, he's got a pretty good hand to deal with this. He's got a really good hand to deal with this.
Wow.
He only needs to use what? The druid?
Well, I think
of the claw?
I think you can. Yeah, druid. We can use druid of the claw and either charge it, or you can. He's got 10. You got 10 mana, so I think you. Yeah, Wrath is kind of awkward because obviously it doesn't kill either of them. Yeah, I think charging that is fine, but I think charging it to kill the Harrison is what you want.
Yeah, sure.
You charge kill Harrison, put Law into the Keeper, and go 4 to phase, and then you can play Loethib, and then you basically set up a really good turn next turn. It looks like he's going to go face here. Use his face to hit the...
Oh, man.
He doesn't lose that charge.
Well, wait.
You don't want to lose
like
the health, though, either.
Man, this could be brutal if he... Wow, he goes face!
Wow.
I think this is an all-in play. He's not afraid to die, basically. And he's going to get rewarded for it. That is the, yeah. So I think you have to Ancient Allure heal here, because you are in range of dying. But the only thing is, so I think you need to Lure and probably Savage Roar to protect yourself. He goes with the Nourish. Oh wow, the Innovate.
Oh man.
Even Innovate, even healing doesn't save you now. He doesn't even have enough mana to see. I think if you wanted to draw, you could have just used Wild Growth. But obviously only get one. I think he's pretty cooked here. But he doesn't know it. Like, you can get rid of... It's just so awkward to do any sort of board clear here. See, boom, and yeah, this is it.
Oh, wow.
Yep. Boom just does nothing for him here.
Yeah. So that'll be it. Xenomonger going through.
Oh, double savage.
Wow, he just picked up the other one.
Well played.
Is he going to be M now?
Well played.
I would. I definitely would.
Of course you would.
He is hovering over. Yeah, of course.
Wow.
I mean, that is...
Too strong.
I think you even attack into, like, you attack Boom with your face. Nah, no BM for him.
Well,
yeah, that was just... the problem with Boom is, like, sometimes it can just be such a dead drop.
Yeah, sure. Well, congratulations, Xenomonger, moving on. And thank you, Drakir, for playing. So what did we think of that match?
Well, we saw Xenomonger just go full YOLO and have it work out.
Yeah.
And like this is one of the, I guess, one of the more harder things to understand, or even like grasp is playing Hearthstone is sometimes you need to take these risks to get ahead, then rather play the safe play and risk falling behind. Like, even though you can say, oh, I sort of conquered the board, if you don't, every now and then you're going to have to try and put yourself in a position where there is going to be variance, there is going to be luck involved whether you win or lose, but that's how you win championships, is sometimes you just have to roll the dice and see what happens. And I think that's very much what put Xenomonger ahead.
Taking those risks.
Plus his opponent not having either combo to finish him off, despite him dropping under 14 health, nor having any real control to get back into the game. So
I think Xenomonger just sort of had either he wasn't really afraid of it, or he's just sort of like, well, if he has combo, I'm dead, and I might as well try
dead
and
anyway.
win.
Yeah, exactly.
So there are plenty of games where Xenomonger loses, and perhaps in the grand scheme of things, it wasn't the correct line to take if you try to play the percentages, but it definitely worked out for him this time.
Right. Well,
moving on.
Yeah, so that was the final game of the losers bracket. So now we are on to the actual finals, where we're going to see Xenomonger play against Avery. So this is a best of 3 between these two decks. And if you thought you'd seen, oh man, there's so much Druid, little do you know, it's about to get all Druid up in here. Both.
It's going to get quite Malfurion.
That's right.
Malfurion,
Storm Rage
you might say.
Yes.
So we'll take
Storm Rage is building.
That's right. So we will take.
Where's Tyrande when you need her? Calm Malfurion down.
Going to an Emerald Dream of the final.
That's right. Yeah.
Right.
All right. So we'll take a quick break and be right back with the final game. Okay, and the final match, this is game 1, Avery versus Xenomonger. And again, Druid versus Druid. I mean, we are, like you said, the Emerald Dream, Matt. Is that what this is?
I would like to be in the Emerald Dream. No, basically, best of 3. So we'll see who can Druid the other Druid harder.
Who is the most Druidiest Druid of the Druids?
My money's on the Golden Druid. There's definitely more Druid in the Golden Druid.
Oh,
but
more
for the most part, we've got 2 Wild Growth. One of them has Innovate. The one with the coin has Innovate as well. Oh wow, he's going for the Pilot Shredder.
Wow, quick.
Which I suppose isn't too bad, because when you look at your opponent's hand and they only have Wild Growth. The only downside is now he has to play Wild Growth.
Himself.
It's not really a downside.
No, I mean, I was going to say, that's usually the turn that you play Wild Growth, isn't it? So.
And as we can see in Xenomonger's hand, he's got a pretty good answer.
Yes,
to the Pilot Shredder.
Yeah.
He's got like the perfect answer.
So the dream is to Wrath the 4/3 and then pray that something with 1 health pops out of it.
Yeah, it's just...
That's the dream, the Emerald Dream. Let's see if it happens.
Gotta believe.
Just get like a Thalnos or something.
Oh, 1/3.
That's fine. I mean, you can kill that with the Shredder and go 1 for face.
Which it looks like he...
Oh,
no!
Wow.
He's going full face.
Okay.
Instead.
That being said, it's a 1/3.
He's picking away at it though.
Wow.
I think he's setting up for Starfall next turn.
Okay, sure.
Now he's going to be kicking himself. But, oh shit. The synergy. So now he can't trade cleanly.
No.
But you can just put the 5 demonstrator into it. Well, these mouse overs are scaring me.
Yeah. All right.
So now, interesting line. So it could die to Hero Power Swordsmith if you wanted to, but I think, yeah, I think that's the line I would take. Because it's not obvious to him that he has something to. It's got 6 attack again.
So are we going to see a Swiperino on the face?
Probably not on the face, because you can trade. I don't know. I think swiping.
I guess yeah, you could go face with hero power
because
Tarzan.
You've got 28 HP and he's on 22.
Oh, he's thinking about contesting it. No. Okay.
No, I think that's the play. Because you get so much. You get bored. Granted, it's a shredder with 1 HP, but it's still a shredder. It has something else to come out.
You're taking 6 damage to the face, though. Oh, he's not trading.
He is just... He's banking on that combo.
He just does not rate this 1/1 at all. And it's going to just pile up. I think you...
Wow.
You just law it here. Law, and then... Yeah. Law is good because card advantage. But he might be afraid that he's going to pushing for the combo. So he might opt to do something like Savage Roar, Druid of the Claw. But there's a pretty good chance he'll draw into something. I like this. This is an interesting line. So now you're only dead to combo on turn 7, which is quite unlikely, particularly because you've already seen 1 innovate. So what are we looking at? We're looking at probably just Thorison.
Yeah, because if you top deck a Force of Nature.
Yeah, true.
Or I'm sorry,
Savage
Roar, yeah.
That would be brutal.
Let's see.
I think trading this off is just fine. Like, you just feel so fine with this.
Sure.
It's a little annoying having that wild growth because obviously it's turn 8 and you can't really use it now. Do you go for the 5/2? He goes the safe route.
I guess he's seen some of the board clear, so maybe he's afraid of it. Oh, well, and then Wrath too, obviously.
That's true. But I think I would almost welcome Wrath that's going into my 5/2 and not my 4/6. No, just waiting. He's hovering the Kazan Mystic. So I guess he's going to go, put his Force of Nature in there? Or he's just going to... I think you have to put your Force of Nature in here. I suppose if he doesn't like his Wrath draw, he can always pick something back up. Shade isn't bad, but I still think you have to... Does he have 1 Force? Hang on, we'll get the deck list up. Xenomonger has... He's only got 1 Force of Nature, so I suppose he kind of wants to... He's still banking on that top deck, because if he does... Yeah, he's golden.
I went to the card draw. Oh, and he's got half the combo.
So he's just... he's 1 out of the combo range now, but if he draws the Savage Roar, he still wins. Because he has enough mana to use his hero power. And that's not it. See, he can fish for this, and it's only going to get closer. So this is... You're pretty scared if you're Avery in this situation. So he whiffs. So yeah, that's kind of annoying. I think you just hero power to raise yourself further out of the combo, because you are in combo range at the moment.
Right.
Which is quite scary, because you know you need your combo, and it's basically whoever gets the first combo wins this game.
Yeah.
And that's so frequently what it comes down to in a Druid Mirror. And oh wow, this Ragnaros is going to make things really difficult.
And he could still dig for it with the wild growth.
He could, but I think just ragging here is fine, because there's a chance he could hit the Hidden Shade. But he's opting for the other one, so he's probably going to look for a Savage Roar. I don't know. Well, he's got a Savage Roar. So he could heal this now, which is interesting, because that would probably get him well out of range. Because of the 4/5 taunt in his way. But he rags.
Man.
Let's go Swagneros.
Go Sniper Rag.
That's right. Oh, all right.
So he can still win it. Oh my god.
Oh,
that was
wow, and that's game. Game 1 going into Xenomonger.
Does he see it?
I hope he sees it.
Does he see it?
That is filthy. That is filthy, ladies and gentlemen. That is the epitome of the druid mirror. What? I don't know if he sees it.
Oh my god.
Didn't he miss this last time? Was he Xenomonger who missed this time?
It was also on turn 10. It's like,
Xenomonger, no, what are you doing to me? The game is right there. It's right there.
Oh my goodness.
It's so weird because, as you said, clearly from how he's playing, he was banking on getting this. So,
Can you go higher? Does it go up to 12? It goes up to 12, doesn't it?
No.
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't.
It's fine. It's fine. He doesn't need it.
You think BM?
Is that just some kind of elaborate BM?
Yeah, probably.
Like,
I think he busted out the calculator right there.
Probably.
Now, does he gonna do this correctly? Oh.
Yeah, no, that's
fine.
He
still got it. That's right. 14.
Yeah.
Okay, he got the one from the hero power. Yep.
Calm down.
I'm sorry. I'm afraid he's scared me before. So. Wow. So game 1 goes to Xenomonger.
And we are running the brutal rule set of the winners bracket does not get a +1 game. But yeah, that came right down to the wire. I guess we sort of that's sort of like why I was saying that maybe you want to heal with Law, but then that probably it wouldn't have changed anything because Rag still would have, well, Rag wouldn't have killed anything, so it would have died harder.
Right.
I guess that's just sort of like the randomness. Well, not even randomness, just like how quickly the Druid mirror can switch. Fabio, do you have anything you would like to say on that first game?
Aside from that, I thought Avery really kind of, from like with what he had, he made good use of it, and by cleverly combining his removal, especially like using the Savage Roar at that one point to clear the board. That's what got him back, but then the combo still got him in the end. So yeah, that's as you were saying. Like,
he died trying. He definitely died trying.
He absolutely died trying, and that's what I wanted to say. Yeah. So, but aside from that, that was clearly the highlight of the game.
Yeah, it's just like it was just so obvious what he needed, and he played. Xeno, to his credit, played the way he needed to play in order to get the job done. He needed to take those risks, almost to the point of being careless. But once again, it got him there. And that's all you really need. And Druid is a little bit of luck over the, considering it's the 50-50 matchup. Whoever rolls combo higher will just win. And that's what we saw.
The real question is if Avery is going to learn from this and try to abuse the fact that, Xenomonger might try it again next time. Yeah. He might, Avery might play super safe or try to rush him and try to roll that 50-50 dice.
Right.
Well, yeah, I definitely think, hopefully Avery can make an adjustment to be slightly more aggressive. And that's one thing that's Admiral always says is players in Hearthstone should be more aggressive because we're just too scared, and I think that comes from a fundamental misunderstanding of statistics and when taking risks is right and wrong, and how often you actually should take these risks.
It's true. Like when you think about it, if you have a good board, that's usually somewhere around 12 to 15 damage. So it's 2 turns and you win. You just have to, you have to get the damage in at some point. At some point, there comes a point in a game where you have to stop trading and just go face.
Just instead of making moves not to get behind, make moves to get it further ahead.
You have to get ahead instead. Try to get ahead. Yeah, exactly. And maybe you die trying, but yeah,
it's like a lot about learning. I guess particularly in a deck like something, for an example, is Freeze Mage. Learning about tolerance, learning about what you can take and what you can let stay on. And that's really what separates, the good Hearthstone players from the great Hearthstone players, like your Firebats and your Strife Crow, is they know when to aggress, and that's why they win. Is because they know what the likelihood is of being aggressive here.
Okay, right.
Getting game 2 fired up.
Yeah, wait to get into game 2 here. Looks like we're ready.
Sweet. This is partly why I guess Conquest was adapted as the format, so you don't end up with these Druid v Druid mirrors for 3 games.
Right.
Where it's more about what cards you draw than how you play.
Which we've talked about. I think you agree with me. We both prefer that format over the other one where you could sweep with one deck. Which, not to pour salt in the wounds, but that wrecked you. Your last was it last tournament?
It wrecked me. It wrecked Tiddler Celestial for 50 grand.
Yeah.
It's I lost the graphics card. He lost 50k. I mean, it's basically the same thing. It's equal level of salt.
Like, expected value is about the same for you people.
Yeah, I mean, relative to me, a 970 versus a keyboard is probably the same increment in terms of percentage between 50k and 100k.
Right? Yeah,
it's roughly double. Except in my case, I think I actually lost more than Tiddler Celestial by percentage-wise because he's only losing like 100%. I'm losing close to like 200%. So I'm the real victim here, not Tiddler Celestial.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Give me your 50k. or 1k.
I was gonna say like just make him give you 1k off his 50. You can buy both a better graphics card and probably a better keyboard.
You can buy 2 970s.
Yeah, exactly, and SLI them together. Yeah.
Or I can go like put money on a 50 to 1 bet and make my own 50k.
Sweet.
Hit play.
Hit play.
The waiting game sucks. Let's play Hungry Hippos.
Hungry Hippo.
Yeah. Maybe Avery see they're just writing out the deck list and say Druid Mirror. Step 1, draw more innovates.
Step 2, win.
Step 2, he can't draw innovates. Alright. Perfect plan.
Dot. Step 4.
Oh, here we go. All right. Game 2. All right.
It's the Druid versus the Druid once again.
Yeah. What else did you expect?
Will rise against you.
I was leaning to more of a Druid versus Druid.
Oh, okay. That's fair.
I mean, if this was wrestling, we'd see a Durant versus Durant now.
Yeah.
Like a ladies match.
Sure.
For change. But since this is not wrestling, that sucks.
Oop, they might have been kicked out. I can't see.
Yeah, me neither.
I'm seeing starting hands.
Have they mulliganed?
Not yet.
I can.
On my screen, they have already.
Oh, here we go.
Okay, I can see Xenos. All right, I'm good.
I think we got some Blizz lag. All right, here we go.
Oh, well. At least they gave us spectator mode, so.
Sure.
All right, so it looks like one of them has innovated, but they can't really innovate anything. And Xenomonga has a superior start. I think, didn't he have the superior start last time?
That sounds right.
Looking at my notes.
Yeah.
He has because he coin innovated out the Shredder on turn.
Oh, that's right. Yep. But Shredder was around for a long time too.
Exactly. It was like until turn 5, I think.
So we're looking at this pretty straightforward. Play the Shade, and then you could even, if you're Avery for your next turn, innovate out the Druid of the Claw. If you put it in charge, I definitely think you bait out the Shade, but obviously you can die to Wrath hero power.
Yes. Let's see what he does with it.
No, it's up to the Druid.
Okay.
Yeah, I think you just torn it up because there's no real reason to risk that. Because now you have to play like Wrath and trade the Shade. But I think that's probably what he'll do. I think. Or you can just hero power and pass?
Yeah, that's rough.
Just hero power, not attack and pass? I think you kind of want to clear this. Because he innovated this out, so in theory, he won't have as good a turn next turn because he's used to burn a card. He's gonna Wrath and do 2 damage and then trade it next turn, I think.
Get that card draw.
Yeah, I think that's what I would like.
Alright, that's what he does.
And he picks up a Wild Growth. That's probably not what you want. Oh, I suppose that gets him close to combo. So he can probably... He's got the combo in hand, so he can just push for face, I guess, and try and rush that turn 9 just wreckage.
Both players going to draw a card here.
The old Kezan Mystic not doing too much in this matchup.
No. Again, I think a lot of people expected Face Hunter just all day.
Yeah.
And we didn't see one.
And that's why Kazan Mystic hasn't been valued like at all in this tournament so far. Like, and it's not going to be like because they're not running any secrets.
So do you Wild Growth here or?
That's
I think this is a pretty awkward turn because it's 5 mana. You could just like BGH naked, but obviously you give up any sort of BGHing. I don't know. It's just a really shit turn. I think it's not that bad to just Wild Growth Hero Power pass because next turn you'll be able to trade into the bear without having your Shade die. But obviously by then it's done 8 damage.
So he decides to go for the trade, and he's just going to play Zon Blind.
Yep. This is fine because you're never going to need this. You're never going to need it ever.
Just get a body on the board to contest. Yeah, sure.
Azure Drake, pretty standard.
Gets traded away by the Kazan, so that was actually the correct call.
So he's, what are you looking at? Druid of the Claw? Oh, that's what I like here. But, or if you, Wild Growth. I'm just focusing on this Wild Growth because combo soon. Yeah, I think, just Druid of the Claw to trade, and you're done for the day.
Yeah, what's difficult is he doesn't need to dig for the combo. He needs to dig for damage to build up that combo. Or build the board. Whoa!
I think this is turning his hand face up. This is saying to Avery, I have the combo, I'm burning you down to 14 so I can win the game.
Yeah. Oh,
and see how it responds.
Two swipes in hand. Oh,
and
wow.
Look, I don't think you do this if you... I think you play like Lothar or something if this didn't happen. If he hadn't turned his hand face up and says, look at my cards, I have the combo. So Shade's really good here because it's something that you can add to the combo without being easily cleared.
Yeah.
So I think his play here is Shade... Oh, he's on 28 health, so... What? Wild Growth Shade? And then Hero Power?
He has really nothing else. You want to save your silence for a taunt, I'm thinking.
Exactly. The two damage here isn't that much, particularly because you can't win next turn. Well, if you play that, you can't play Wild Growth anyway. Yeah, I think it's also quite close to turn 10, so you might want to hold it, but I think rushing the combo here is probably better because you're not necessarily going to be able to play it next turn because next turn it'll do 14 plus 4, so that's 18 damage. So it'll be on like 11 health.
Plus, if he pulls this off, that would be the win for him.
Yeah,
that would be his second victory, and he would go home as the winner. So
now we're seeing ropes. Oh, it looks like he's gonna play the keeper.
He's so this will push the damage up to what was that? 18, 22. This will be 22 damage next turn. Oh wait, no, he didn't do the thing. So this and Shredder. Yeah. So I think you basically just continue on your plan of world domination through combo. Oh wow!
The silence. Wow. He's not really been punished yet. So
if you can do what? 2, 4, 5, 2, 4, 7, 8 damage to him in face if that's with the keeper for 2 damage, Shade and Hero Power on the other keeper. I think he's at a point where he can't really turn back. He's sort of committed here.
Yeah, absolutely. Because looking at what he has otherwise in his hand, like what's he gonna play out like? if he doesn't do it.
See, this is sort of where he's like, okay, so he is committing to the plan. Oh wow, but he's gonna put that out. That's interesting. I would have considered taking the 2 damage trace. I liked where that line was looking. Obviously, we know there's gonna be a swipe here. Oh wow, he's gonna clear the board. This is gonna be disastrous. Yeah. Wow. Maybe this is where it's sort of like maybe I should have put the 1 damage into it. Oh wow, he's not. He's just going to deny the combo.
Okay.
It's completely fine as well.
So he's building board.
Yeah, this puts Zeno in a really awkward spot.
Yes.
Oh, wow, that'll. So if he tops his other Savage Roar next turn, that's the pit over and done with. That's,
right.
But I think Avery would just play. I think he's going to play Scenarios with the Taunt. So I think you're basically just looking at this and Hero Power into the Shredder. Or probably maybe not, because that puts yourself in danger of combo range.
He doesn't have any other plays though. That's so brutal.
Actually, no, he's on 24, so. Yeah, no, he's fine, because that'll put him down to 20. So.
Yeah.
Oh, he's still in range of a combo, because...
Yeah, sure, it's the 2 plus a 6.
Because of the gigantic lower threat.
The 21.
Yeah.
Oh. Man.
I still think you have to Scenarios here. Or the other alternative is Swipe and Hero Power. But I think Scenarios is better.
Yeah, you need that taunt wall up.
Because Scenarios, then you don't die to the double combo. Which when you've seen Thorson come out for a turn is definitely a possibility. Definitely, yeah. This is the correct line, and this is what I would do, I think. That is a really nice. So you can Wild Growth for 1. And dig a little bit deeper into his deck. I think at this point you really want to try and keep the Keeper alive, so you just push for the damage.
What to do?
So Wild Growth, what are you hoping for? And I'm assuming Swipe's going to use this play or this turn.
I think you really want the second Savage Roar, because that'll give you 22. That's like the Jhin card. That's the last ace in the deck sort of thing.
It's in a raid.
That's not terrible, because he could... It's not great, but...
he needs the other portion of his combo to use it. Oh, man.
Yeah.
What is he doing?
Oh,
he does have 2 of them.
But he doesn't have it in his hand.
That's true. What are you doing?
this is a bit strange. I don't like this land. Because he's sacking his own thing. Like he's basically given. I think he gives up too much here.
Yeah, I agree. He was roping though. Oh wow.
That is lethal, I think. No, what? 4, 8, 12. Oh, I was doing 12.
Dr. B. The doctor is in.
So yeah, it was only 2 damage off lethal there. With the double Savage Roar swipe. So yeah, this is done. Like, there's nothing he can draw to save his ass here.
Oh man.
Even healing, like it'll definitely do a bit. So if he snipes the boom and heals, that'll put him up to 19, but that still won't save it. No, that won't save it.
Yep.
There's too much value with the boom pots. So I think you could have the idea to just play Force of Nature here. Oh wow, and he draws. Oh. That is.
Now, does he use Innervate?
That is a bold move, yeah. But it's just not enough.
What does he Innervate?
Oh. Is he? Oh, well, I was thinking, do you innervate to take out a Boombot?
Oh.
With this we go to a third game, boys.
Yeah, sure enough.
And Avery also drew the combo.
Oh yeah, he just picked it up. Yeah.
Second. Yeah.
So it's pretty clear to me that he lost that when he decided that was a really weird thing to do with the Savage Roar.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's just sort of like threw his chances in the bin.
And I think he overcommitted in general.
He basically we talk a lot about this changing strategy thing where you make these decisions earlier in the game that follow a line of gameplay that he was definitely going more aggressive, more face, and then he sort of backed out at the last minute where he had half of the combo in his hand. He had the combo in his hand, sorry, and all he had to do was really wait for the opportune moment, and he decided to wait to use it and then wait for the other half to show up again.
And his opponent Avery didn't necessarily recognize this, but at the same time, like at 1 or 2 turns earlier, started pressuring FaZe himself. So he had Avery had already gone through this transition of like, okay, no, I'm playing an aggro strategy instead. And then he drew Dr. Boom, and then with the Boombots, that was it. But yeah, I think that was the combination between him changing strategy, like Xenomonger's changing strategy too late, and Avery having adapted already. That kind of sealed the deal.
Well, it's like not even so much like the adaptation. It's just like he knew what he was up against, like that he had to dodge being comboed, and that he all he had to do was keep playing his game and just try and keep himself as far away from combo as possible, and that he just wins because he's holding more combo pieces. It's ridiculous how it relies it's all about the combo. Nothing else really matters.
Yeah.
It's all about setting up for the execute with the combo. All right,
and here we go. Game 3.
I'm having connection troubles, by the way.
I must protect those.
Quick, get back in. This is the last game.
To rise against you.
Oh, we're even on the wild card. Man, it's actually ridiculous that this can be decided by the coin, whoever gets the coin.
Yeah.
And we know it's Avery. Missing that is actually so ridiculous because it's going to set him up.
So well, yes. Here it comes.
So he'll be behind because we can see that Avery has Druid of the Flame into Piloted Shredder, and at the moment we've got Xenomonger in with the Shade.
Yeah.
Actually, he's gonna skip a turn and it's gonna put him on 4.
He's gonna skip that mana.
Even more awkward. But it just has to be done, I guess. Wow, this is actually really disgusting. Look, Avery curves out perfectly.
Yes.
4, 5, 6, yeah.
So yeah, Shade.
That's just
I
sweet.
think there's going to be some sort of interesting play with Shade, and then on turn 5, Savage Roar Wrath to clear whatever's on the board, and then obviously Thaurissan on turn 6. I think you just have to play Shade off curve here, even though it sucks. Because otherwise you just fall too far behind board presence, because you can safely assume that he's got it's probably a 4-drop. So yeah, I think this is the right play.
That curve, Avery's just got a great curve. Great curves on Avery.
This is what Golden Fortune get you. Great curves.
Great curves.
So yeah, I think you Wrath the Shredder. Wrath the Shredder, and then you can most likely clear the board, because if you Wrath and then Savage Roar, you can clear the bird, and hopefully whatever comes out of the Shredder, it has 2 HP, so you can hit it with your face.
Sure.
But as we say, he's got a perfect curve.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
there
here we
you
go. Boys!
Now, is he going to Savage Roar? Oh, yes, he is.
I think you've got 2 in your hand. There's no reason not to.
Sure.
Fun fact.
Whoa!
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 Whoa! What just happened?
Wow.
That
He went face. Wow.
That
why?
that was a mistake.
Yes, it was.
Wow.
Maybe I don't know. It just seems he's waiting too much on HP. So you only have one move here.
Yes.
Just the one.
Sure.
Just Thorson. And that's really unfortunate because it's a really shit move.
Yeah, there's not a lot of cards in his hand.
See, the interesting thing here is you can identify that your opponent only has 3 cards in hand, and he can probably keep a Wrath here and just push for damage. I definitely think that's a huge misplay,
I must safeguard the land.
and that's what ends up happening. So Xenomonger in a very bad situation. He's just in dire. Yeah, and that's not a bad pickup, but I don't think it's going to save him. He's going to have to.
Yeah, he doesn't have anything else really. Like, damn.
This is
like
really shit. Not a good time. Basically, he has to. Even this is bad. Like he can clear it. Oh, see, now he uses his face to clear him up. I mean.
Oh man.
Brett. So the thing here is he's going to play Sylvanas to get really close to the amount of damage he needs.
I have no time for games.
Because he's staring down 7 plus 6, so that's 13.
Oh man, that's not the card you want right now.
If he draws the other Savage Roar, then this is over. I think you just have to put both. I think. Yeah, I don't know.
You need board something.
put both bodies down, even though it's like no real points.
If he face tanks Sylvanas here, then it's over.
It's just poking.
Yeah.
That's unfortunate to see that BGH played like that, but you got it. Oh man.
Oh no.
Oh.
Oh
You
no.
Wait, you concede, boys. It's just it's like no, I'm done. And he basically is done. This is good night. I concede. And there's like really nothing. Even combo doesn't save him.
No. That heal's not gonna save him either.
And this all spawned from when he went face with his Savage Roar.
Yeah, instead of killing the 2/2. Yeah, exactly. And because he didn't keep his shade alive, and then.
Yeah, exactly. I hope he looks back at this game and identifies that.
Or I guess you're counting up and hoping he doesn't have Savage Roar for Force of Nature.
Yeah, that would be brutal.
What to do?
But
So you hit a boom bot.
yeah,
Then
you
it's
have to hit a boom.
And hope it doesn't hit your face. Oh, well,
Which it does.
Didn't matter.
He's dead on.
It doesn't matter really.
Oh man. I mean, he went. He went for the. I hope my opponent doesn't have Savage Roar or Force of Nature. I've got to do something to contest, but unfortunately.
I mean, that's risky. Oh. Wow.
He's still dead on board.
Yeah, he is still.
And Avery can take game 3.
Well played. Oh, little BM. Well played.
So yeah.
So Avery wins the Pit 1.
Yeah.
Guys,
I was gonna mention it.
What'd you think of that series?
I think we're still a bit. We were just a bit struck with how.
It was
this ended for Xenomonger. It's like, oh man.
Yeah, it just seemed like his full-on YOLO strat just painfully didn't work out. That's what cost him the second game, and it most certainly cost him the third game.
Right.
He was rolling the dice a little, just once too often, let's just say. And Avery played this really solidly. So
he put his life savings on the table and rolled a 1. That's just not gonna win you the game. I think that, but also when you just look at like the vast difference in experience between Avery and Xenomonger, where you see Avery's like top 1,000 legend with a golden druid versus Xenomonger, who like rank 16 or something. Rank 6, sorry. Yeah, rank 6. So like he's played a bit, but obviously not the same level as our champion Avery. So congratulations, Avery, champion, master of the Pit Lord #1.
That's right. Very first, the 1-0. Yeah, I feel like Xenomonger, that first game he turned it around big time. And so I was thinking maybe he can actually contest this, but after seeing, especially this last game where he, just take the 2 damage to the face when you're with that Savage Roar play. That was such a big play because now your opponent at most has to use removal or hit your shade with his face.
Yeah, exactly.
And we look at the first game, and he even got lucky to win that. Like
absolutely. He was
topped
hard.
He topped to win that combo, and it was just. Yeah. I think that's just the difference in experience in the Druid matchup.
Yeah. Well, guys, any other thoughts on the series, or?
It was.
I don't know.
Yeah, I think it was pretty good. Like, yeah, I see.
We saw full YOLO.
Yeah,
we saw some strange decks in there, like Sans Priest deck, was it? Right? Yeah, we saw some Mech Mage turnarounds and then some Mech Mage failures, and
yeah. Can we say YOLO was
was pretty good?
Can we say YOLO was the name of the game? I mean, the Mech Mage played that way, the Druids played that way. I'm trying to think. The Hunter deck. There were a couple plays that were pretty
Hunter
YOLO,
deck played too aggressively. Sadly, also trying to YOLO. Yeah.
There was too much YOLO, not enough trading.
Right.
Exactly.
Right.
So, maybe that was
right.
Kind of what happened here today. So, yeah.
Right. All right. So Avery, you 4-0'd your way all the way to the finals bracket. I mean, what? So let's start. Why did you pick the deck that you picked and built it the way you did? Let's just start there.
Okay, sure. I went for Druid because I was looking at the format that's a best of 1 double elimination. You want a deck that's the most consistent and has the least how do I put this? The least terrible matchups. So Face Hunter would be a bad choice because like if you were to run into like a very aggro leaning deck, Druid that's very prepared for aggro or like Control Warrior, you would definitely lose, and you would definitely not do well in a best of 1 single deck kind of tournament. So it was either going to be Druid or Paladin, and I couldn't find because I play quite a lot of ladder, I couldn't find a Paladin deck that I was very happy with as well. And basically around the time of registering, I was playing a lot of Ram Druid. This combo, not full combo, like 1.5 combo mid-range Druid with Druid of the Flame. And I quite liked it. It had a good chance against Zoo and Hunter because of Druid of the Flame. It is not so clunky because there are fewer combo pieces. It only runs 1 Force of Nature.
Right.
There's some draw potential with the Azure Druid. So it felt like a pretty strong deck, and it had pretty good game against every class. The only problem though is I didn't expect everyone to also go Druid. I thought it'd be more diverse. So the Druid of the Flames are actually pretty terrible against other Druid decks, but they served me well in the Hunter game. So
yeah, so that's, a lot of people, and we even talked about it in the podcast, was some people are saying, oh, it's going to be nothing but Face Hunter, or it's going to be all Druids, and end up being half Druids. And we saw
pretty much all Druid.
Yeah, we saw a couple classes that like the Paladin. I thought that was going to give some of the Druids a run for their money, but he ended up bringing a Dragon Paladin. Not
which
your
was
typical,
unfinished, and
it didn't have all the dragons in it. So I thought that at first that might be some problems for the Druids, but the Druids really came out strong, even against each other.
Yeah, definitely.
that was one thing we noticed in the final series is aside from the first game, you guys were pretty even on innovates and wild growth, which made for some pretty good game 2 and 3. I guess you you a little bit surprised in the first one when he topped that Savage Roar to finish it.
Well, I was kind of contemplating innovating hero power because he played the Tarusian earlier and it was kind of scary, but I decided it's kind of like a waste, but maybe that would have been the right call because I had the Ancient of Law to heal up anyway. I wasn't so surprised. I mean, the first game was kind of surprising. I was pretty sure I'd lose, actually. Even if the Rec hit, I was pretty certain he had combo in his hand. The way he played with his we're going face so much, it was pretty clear he had combo, and I wasn't sure I could. I wasn't sure I could keep playing things to delay it. Like I had a low tap, then I had the scenarios, and then I couldn't really law. I had to Rec because I couldn't deal with the 5/5. So it was the second game that I was quite surprised by because he had the Wild Growth, but I had to innovate, and somehow I managed to. I guess he just ran out of things to do, and my draws were better. Probably that's how I took the second game.
There are a few times where we discussed it a lot during the game when he was playing that very sort of, as you mentioned, very sort of face style. And even in the third game, it looked like he when he Savage Raw early and didn't trade for the 2/2 that popped out of your shredder and actually went face. Yeah. And that was the point. That's like where we sort of bookmarked as a game. Like that's when it twisted into your favor. So I think your experience is obviously playing a lot of ladder and playing to the point of a golden druid is definitely. Do you think it obviously helped you throughout this tournament, didn't it?
Well, I guess I feel comfortable playing druid. That being said, I don't think my druid play is that fantastic. Like I played in a tournament just maybe 10 hours ago, and like. On my druid, I made so many misplays. It was actually quite painful. But I feel comfortable with it as a class. Like I have no. It's my go-to deck when I want to queue a deck because it almost basically plays itself. But sometimes, I mean, there were certain plays that I made this tournament that I wasn't happy with as well. I think earlier on against the Mech Mage in the first game, there was a swipe, and like I could swipe the Mech Whopper or the. Like for the 4 damage target, I could swipe the Mech Whopper or the what's it called? The 2 mana 1/2 that gains 1 every turn.
The Micro Machine.
Micro Machine.
Yeah.
And I went for the Mech Whopper because I didn't want to give them mana lead. And like you look at Micro Machine, like that's a terrible card. But then next turn, and like it became a 5/1, and I couldn't deal with it, and I had to play a minion because if not, I'll go too far behind on board. And I just took so much damage from that one. I probably should have swiped. I just take the risk and just swipe the Micro Machine because I had no way to deal with it in my hand. So
if it makes you feel any better, I'm pretty sure that when if you hadn't swiped the Mech Warper, I'm pretty sure there was 2 like spider tanks in his hand. So I think like yeah, he had at least a spider tank. It looked pretty. I was like, I'm pretty sure we were saying when you swiped, it's like, oh yeah, it's the hard thing to do, but yeah, it's definitely. I think it's the right call. So yeah, well, you're making some good calls. And
the game was very dangerous though. I was on for most of the game. That was free.
Well, that's what I was saying. Is like the Mech Mage is obviously a pretty good counter to Druid. Just because of the face and like obviously you have a little bit of trouble with getting things off the board if they already have board control.
Oh yeah, it's somewhat better with Dread of the Flame again because you can you just can put something down early. The Mech Whoppers are less likely to stick, so the game is not as snowbally as before. But I don't even think I guess the reason why I played you're right. The matchup's not that good, and that. Probably, but Zoo kind of eats Mech Mage for a living, so that's probably why you don't see much Mech Mage on ladder, which is why I haven't had much practice playing against it either. So, yeah. Oh well. The Hunter game was pretty bizarre.
That was a really weird game. Like he had the one thing that like was that when Mike was that when he didn't drop the high main on 6? Was that a different Hunter game?
I think, and Fabio, you might be able to back me up on this. I think that was the game.
I'm looking at my notes right now, trying to find it.
There was a Hunter game. It mightn't have been against you, but definitely there was a point where he could have dropped his high main on 6 and chose to go Knife Juggler Hero Power instead. And we were sort of just sitting here going like, what? what are you doing?
The game where he did the Eagle Horn Bow misplay, where he
with the
he attacked when he had 2 secrets.
Oh, that
up,
was
right?
it. Oh yeah, that was the other one.
I was so surprised. I was
Yes,
like,
so were we.
I had to
We were
block it next
like-
turn, so yeah, it was pretty weird. And no, there was one more weird play where I had a Sylvanas on board, and then he went for he just decided to ignore it, which just gave me so much value. And it's not like he had any opportunity to race me at all.
I remember
he
that
did
play.
that lower set misplay.
Yes.
He gave
I
me
was so healthy and had complete ball control and had 16 health or something ridiculous, and he went for this weird unleash play that led me to trade my Sylvanas in and grab the low tap. So, and I was pretty sure no more secrets because I saw 3 of them, so there was completely no risk to that at all. Yeah, that was really weird. I feel like if he brought Face Hunter, us druids and even the Mech Mage would have had a much worse run for our money. Like he brought a full Face Hunter with Wolf Riders and Arcane Golems and maybe Leroy. Like that deck is it depends on the druid draw, but it has a pretty good shot at beating druid.
Yeah, as soon as you stumble, you're just gone.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
even if you get the draw, it's like still not a guaranteed chance because as you said,
Definitely.
a lot of it just comes from the hand and you're just gone.
And also surprise owls into Arcane Golems and stuff.
Yeah, right.
It's always good fun. Or owl into the hidden kill command. It's fun times.
Or not. Yeah, now it's not even the kill command anymore. Now it's the kill shot. Quick shot, the hidden quick shot out of nowhere. Quick shot into Arcane Golem lethal when you least expect it.
Right.
quick shot into Arcane Golem.
Oh wow, it's the worst.
Such a bad time. But
Yeah. So I mean, Avery, what did you what did you expect these 7 other players to bring? Like, was it Face Hunter? Was that like aggro decks? Was that what you were expecting, or?
I was expecting some Zoo. I don't know. I didn't really put a lot of thought into what 7 other people are going to bring in the best of 1. It was just find the deck that can beat most things somewhat consistently, like has the most 50-50 matchups, and I think I can leverage my play to win. I don't want like a lot of 80-20s and 20-80s. Like that's a bad thing to want in a best of 1. So I just went for the 50-50 deck, which is Druid.
Okay.
And sometimes the games aren't even 50-50. Like you just get those insane Wild Growth draws. There's nothing they can do to stop you. Like turn 2 Wild Growth, turn 3 Innovate Taurusian, turn 4 Sylvanas. Like that kind of insane draws that no one can do.
And game over.
Yeah.
Yeah, just completely. Like I don't think only Face Hunter maybe can come back. I don't think any other class can come back from that kind of stuff. Yeah. It's just unbelievable.
And that third game of the final series, you had the perfect curve going on at the beginning.
I
mean, 1, 2, 3, 4, all on.
This curve is ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's curving out so nicely.
And I drew into the Sylvanas as well. That was
and you ended up not even needing to play the Sylvanas.
No, I did.
You played Keeper of Wrath instead, right? Yeah.
And he
I couldn't play the Sylvanas because of Taurusian. If I give him 2 turns, I could be like surprise, double savage, raw, lethal or something. So I had to go for the safer play. I really wanted to slam Sylvanas. I think like if I had more guts, that would have been stronger. But leaving Taurusian for 2 turns is just very dicey.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
indeed. Especially against another druid. It's just
exactly with the combos and everything.
Cheaper and cheaper, and then all of a sudden you're dying from 22 health on turn like 7.
Like if he gets like a 1 mana Savage Raw, he can like he can Force of Nature, Savage Raw. He has 2 mana left to like I don't know, innovate, swipe or something. Like it's just way too much damage to try and prevent. And he looked like he kept drawing his combo every single game, so I definitely wanted to clear it.
He definitely, there were definitely points where, like in the third game, he sort of switched his plan halfway through. Like he was very sort of face conscious. Like he had combo from opening draw, and then sort of around when you played Scenarios, that's when he sort of switched and decided to trade in his Savage Raw to try and clear it. But obviously, I think his only sort of out there was to try and draw into the double combo because he could have played it because he got the discounted combo because of.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was the only really. He changed his plan, and that's all you had to do is just keep playing and keep doing what you're doing.
He couldn't have drawn into double combo. He used a Savage Raw early with his shade, and he didn't attack the 2/2, which let me clear his shade.
Yeah, that's right. That was weird.
Isn't it, like it felt just straight up misplay because if I hero power and eat, I take the same damage that I would from the 2.
Yeah,
but I forced him to use 2 mana. So it's pretty strange. But I mean, if he had combo from the start, then his draw was quite terrible anyway. So like he had to find something to work. Maybe I don't know, just like find something to do with his mana.
His starting hand was struggling a little bit. He was a turn behind your curve, but then you kept drawing into the perfect number curve, and he kept drawing into cards that just weren't synergetic together.
To be fair though, the first game he completely had me curve wise.
I
believe he had a Wild Growth and then he had to Innovate. That's just how Druid games go. They go back and forth. The second game though, wow. I've been hearing this a lot from people that the Wild Growth start can be beaten by the Innovate start without Wild Growth. And I don't really believe it, but after playing so much Druid, it feels to be true. Because if you can curve out, like it's not about who has more mana, it's about who curves out faster. So if you, or who lands more consistent sticky threats faster. So if you're the Innovate guy and you land like a turn 3 Druid of the Claw, turn 4 Piloted Shredder, turn 5 Sludge Belcher, like even if you don't have the Innovate or you're like slightly one turn slower, I don't have the Wild Growth, sorry. Like it's just it achieves the same thing that Wild Growth would. So
But quicker. I think the only sort of time that Wild Growth sort of breaks even with Innovate is with Shade. I sometimes find that innovating out of Shade is not great.
Coin Wild Growth and then turn to Shade, right? That's the play you're kind of talking about.
Yeah, and that's like it's okay, but I don't know. It just feels like something like I'd rather wait for turn 2 and like Innovate out of Shredder or something like that rather than.
Oh yeah. Definitely.
Yeah, go ham for a Shade, because as we know, it takes quite a bit of time to ramp up.
Shade's also not very good now. I don't think it's very good. Like especially against Zoo, it doesn't do anything.
Sure. Yeah.
It's just useless. Like which is probably why I went for it's part of the reason why I went for Druid of the Flame instead. This card I didn't expect it to be any good, but it's pretty good. It's way better than I thought it was.
Yeah, definitely. You made some decent trades with it. I mean, some of those stayed up on the board for quite a long time.
I mean, it's so good because you can force in continuous 2 damage, and like even in Druid, like even if you just burst an incidental 2 into something and then you Wrath to clear the remainder, it stays around for the Savage Roar. So like you can have surprise lethals because that 2/5 is just so sticky. The problem with it against Druid is you can never play it as a 5/2 because of Keeper. The value is just unbelievable. If you play like turn 3 5/2 and you turn 4 Keepers, your guy is just nightmare, which is why you can never do that.
Right.
I think most matchups you can't play 5/2. I think like 2/5 is the default mode.
Yeah, I haven't seen it 5/2 yet.
No, priest. If you play against priest, you want a 5/2. It's crazy. They can't do anything.
Yeah.
Most priests don't run Holy Smite, so.
And if they death it, it's just like a pretty big boost to you.
Yeah, exactly. Like, it's so terrible to death it.
Yeah.
Like the only thing that blows you up would be like in most current priest decks would be like a Wild Pyro thing. Other than that, yeah, they don't run Holy Smite. They don't even really run Vol'jin, so they don't run Holy Smite. So even priest. Just a slight comment. It's really good against Handlock as well as a 5/2, because if they Dark Bomb it, their Twilight Drake gets 1 smaller, or they can't play their Mountain Giant. If they tap, they just take 5 damage, and then like playing a 5/2 completely disrupts their curve. So like it has some value there as a 5/2. As a 2/5 it doesn't do anything against Handlock because their things are just way too large, right? But if you play it as a 5/2 early, it really spoils the curve. If you can follow it up after that, like you can Keeper their first Twilight Drake, you can BGH or Black Knight their first Giant or something. Eventually, like that 5/2, the damage you got in is definitely gonna matter. Yeah. That's the only 2 matchups that I think 5/2 is good. And everything else is definitely 2/5.
Okay. Yeah, because we talked about that a little bit on the podcast, but we were trying to we couldn't figure out where a 5, like a 2/5 made sense. And as an arena card, I think it's amazing, but as a 5/2, where so it sounds like it's either early, or if you think it's going to be safe behind a taunt wall and there's no removal, that's I guess the only other obvious time.
Though I mean, depends on which classes you're looking at. Against Pally, it's always 5/2. It's the same way that you don't really want to play Shade after turn 3 because of Consecration. Or against Priest, if you play 2/5 and it gets stolen, it's like the dream by a Cabal Shadow Priest. So you kind of have to play it 5/2, even if like a 2/5 would have been better on the board. It's just Um, against Zoo, definitely 2-5. Against Hunter, 2-5. Against Pally, 2-5. Against Druid, I guess. That's the debatable one. It depends on the situation.
Yeah.
Early on, 2-5, probably late, you can argue for the 5-2. Yeah. Against Rogue, definitely 2-5. You get backstab.
Yeah.
Like SI agent. It's just terrible. Against what other classes are there in Hearthstone? Oh man. Mage.
So there's a shaman, there's a mage, I guess.
Oh yeah.
It's sort of
against shaman, against shaman is greedy to 5-2, right? Like they have rock biter, they have lightning bolt, they can flame tongue something. And 2-5 is so difficult for shaman to deal with. Like 5 is massive for shaman. They can't handle it.
Got to get a lucky crackle. Yeah,
it's still pretty. It's also really big for mage because like they have to like burn like a fireball or something to get that 5 damage.
Well, that depends on the mage deck. I mean, like,
sure.
If you're playing mage, you just ignore it, and if you're playing freeze mage, you would probably play it 5-2.
you probably just ignore it as well.
Oh yeah, exactly. But yeah, you can't play. You probably play 5-2 against freeze mage. That's about it. And against mage, like you play 2-5 and hope somehow it breaks through your Annoyatron by some magic. Yeah,
some magic swipe or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I think Annoyatron is seriously the card's ridiculous. It's just too good for 2-drop in that deck.
Oh yeah,
there's just too many good things going on in that deck.
And that's why we are. Yeah, it's a good thing with all those zoo heroes coming back to stop the evil mech mages. But
definitely.
So now Druid's viable on ladder. I mean that's a lot of fun, right?
Druid? No, Druid's bad against zoo. You can't.
It's better than mech mage against Druid though. I would take mech mage versus Druid.
I disagree.
Do you
because
do you not think that Zoo's curves out fast and so you don't think it curves out fast enough to handle Druid? Is that your thought?
No, as in okay, so both Zoo and Mech Mage are very similar decks in that they have a lot of burst. The difference is that Mech Mage eventually runs out of cards. And Zoo doesn't because of his hero power. Both of them have burst as well. The Antonida's burst is undeniably a bit more sustained. But if like for example they get a stealth thing, but that's eventually RNG. On average, they probably get maybe 1.5 or 2 fireballs off the average Antonidas. So and they lose the control of the board faster because they run out of cards faster, right? So in a Druid, if you can outlast the early onslaught, and if you don't get a Mech Warper start, the deck is actually pretty funky.
Sure.
The thing that makes the matchup makes the matchup good is the Mad Scientist into Mirror Entity. But with my version, with Druid of the Flame, with Keepers...
I suppose, you have something to bait it out, whereas the more contemporary Druid doesn't have anything to do. It's just like really bad to play around.
Exactly. So like there are ways to play around the Mirror Entity. But Mirror Entity also is a bad thing because it kind of screws up their draws and their draw sequence as well. So it's not all good. Every card in Zoo, the deck starts faster because everything's smaller and their hero power sustains the threats as they go along. Implosion makes it very difficult to swipe things. Nothing in Mech Mage makes it difficult to swipe. You just use the swipe because like you're never gonna get punished. But when you swipe something early against a Zoo, you're just so scared you get implosion and you have no way to deal with it later. So I definitely think Zoo's a worse matchup than for Druid than Mech Mage. I think because Zoo's just a better aggro deck than Mech Mage. So
it's got a better engine.
The only thing that really blows you out in Zoo in Mech Mage is say you for some strange reason don't curve out properly, don't draw Wild Growth, which means your deck is terrible, and you play a Shade on Extremis, and he like RNGs the Goblin Blast and destroys you.
Yeah,
that is completely impossible to come back from. But other than that, like the deck's quite beatable. Like if you because you run them out of cards, like your cards are inherently 2-for-1s compared to the Mech Mage cards. Like you play like a Druid of the Claw, right? They have to throw like 2-3 things into it to break in. They can't do anything about it. You play Such Belcher, they got to throw 2-3 things in. You swipe, maybe you can clear like a Clockwork Gnome or something. You Wrath like for 1 a Clockwork Gnome, or you with Spell Power Wrath for 1 a Cockmaster or something. You generally get a lot of 2-for-1s, which means that your Ancient of Laws can heal, which get you out of that situation where you die very quickly to a Antonidas. When like he Antonidas spare part and just prays, not like say Antonidas taunt, right? You clear the taunt, he has one extra fireball. Because you can heal with your Ancient of Laws, because you have a lot of 2-for-1s that allow the cards to keep flowing, you can continue playing Hearthstone. But when you face Zoo, you don't know which to use because you have no more cards in your hand, but you're also at like 9, and he has some semblance of a board, and his deck has Doom Guards, and his deck has Boom, and his deck has Morganis potentially, and his deck has Power Overwhelming. It's very difficult to heal, but you kind of need to heal because you're gonna die eventually if you don't heal. But when you draw and then like you lose out on that heal because my deck doesn't. Most versions don't even run heal board or like I don't know, Healing Touch, whatever weird other heals there are. So that it makes just Zoo is just a very difficult matchup for Druid to handle personally, much more so than Mage because Zoo is just more consistent a deck. Mage has sicker starts. Like the sickest Mage start is sicker than the sickest Zoo start, but on average Zoo starts better than Mage. Yeah, that's my opinion.
Okay.
Which is why now you try seriously go try queuing Mage and ladder when there are a lot of Zoo. There's no way you're gonna win. It's miserable. Zoo's just way too good right now.
I do enjoy the old the Mal'Ganis Void Caller thing at the moment. That's pretty fun.
Yeah.
So, I'm playing that in my Zoo now. It actually helps you win a lot of matchups that you otherwise couldn't win, which is quite cool.
Exactly. It just gives you like a little bit more. It gives you an end game, which is nice to build into Zoo, knowing that like sort of on turn 9 you can tap into something useful.
Exactly. I mean, it's not just an end game; it's an out. Like against Face Hunter, you have an extra out to win when you're too low. Against Freeze Mage, you have an out that survives your board for one more turn. And against everything else, it's endgame. But against those two decks where you two has some problems beating, you have an extra card that just happens to sometimes work because of its invulnerability effect, which is quite strong. It gets clunky though when you're... Yeah? Sorry?
I Bane of Doomed into a Mal'Ganis today against the Face Hunter that I was on 1 HP and as I say, the immunity just saved me and I won the next turn because you can't do anything.
Exactly.
It's been fun.
I hate that card though. I really don't like all these RNG cards. They're very frustrating to play with and against. Like Piloted Shredders, Bane of Dooms. You have to play them because they're good value. Or Implosion. Implosion is the most frustrating actually. Like, You think it's average, like you see, with Lightning Storm it's 2 or 3, so it's 50-50 either way. So when you hit the 2, you're like, fair enough. When it's a Implosion, it's 66.6% higher than, it's 3 or higher, right? So like it feels weighted in your favor, but half the time it's 2. So
when you roll a 2, it's just like, fuck this game, I'm done.
Exactly. It's the most frustrating thing in the world. Especially when like you spend your turn 4 doing it, and like you try to clear a Piloted Shredder and you have a 2-1 and then you roll like your 2-1 plans to clear the thing that comes out of the Shredder and then you roll a 2, you have to throw a 2-1 into the Shredder and like it's just terrible. It's the worst. You have to leave the Shredder there after you implosioned it and you just achieve completely nothing. It's frustrating. This is a frustrating game. I'm not sure why we spend hours and hours playing this game.
It's like, I hate this game. It's such a dumb game. I hate this
game.
You obviously played enough to be experienced enough to win tonight. So
Well, I'm not glad that I'm not glad that I'm down this path of playing this game so much. It really like there's some nights where you just can't go to sleep because you're so mad. It's something that happened.
Oh sure,
happens.
Yeah.
The tilt is really real. It's just especially like I'm currently sitting at rank 1 and like that was a grind today. Like I lost like 5 games in a row and went back into like 2-star rank 2. It's just like fuck this. I'm just gonna go break my computer and kill myself.
Oh dude, you don't know how many times I've been like at rank 2 at say maybe 10th day of the month, and for the next 2-3 days I proceed to drop to like rank 7.
Yeah.
And I have to climb all the way back to 2 again, and then it's Ladder's miserable. I have a lot of friends who are actually really good at Hearthstone, but they play only tournaments. They don't bother with ladder because it's just not worth the grind. They practice playing like scrims with other good players, and they only play in online tournaments. They rarely play on ladder. The ladder is just for like some slight practice when no one's available, because it's really not worth the time. You don't get anything out of it.
No,
and it's so hard to hit top 100 legend.
Yeah, unless you're going to put the actual time in to get like a good amount of time in to tangibly get a top 100 legend, then and even then, if you pick wrong with the deck, then you're pretty cool anyway.
Exactly. But the beauty of ladder is that you can get everything back if you pick the right deck in the right like half an hour window.
Yeah.
Like if in a half an hour window, like everybody's freeze mage for some bizarre reason, and you happen to be control warrior, you can easily hit from like 1000 rank, like 1002. You can easily hit top 100 in there like half an hour to 45 minutes.
I do wonder if there's a correlation. If you should have like 10 streams up on like Twitch streams up on the screen, see what everyone's playing, and then try to figure out, all right, what's the best counter to most of these decks. I do wonder if there's a correlation to that.
And try to save time that way. You know?
Yeah.
I don't think it's Twitch streams, not so much. It's more tournaments streamed on Twitch.
Okay.
That's the one that has a humongous impact, right? Like,
yeah.
I mean, if y'all were playing ladder maybe like a week ago at the Via Game House Cup, when have you seen so many mech shamans on ladder?
Yeah.
Never.
Yeah.
Until that like 1-2 days after the Art Team Archon debuted their mech shaman that actually didn't even do that well. Because like there's so many games that Doomsayer just wrecked its own deck because it just milled itself out. It didn't perform that well, but everyone just went to play it, right?
Yeah,
and then Firebat wins Gfinity last week, and everyone's playing fracking Zoo and Freeze Mage because that was the two Conquest lineup. And it's like, it's
you know what deck's really good on ladder right now? Grim Patron Warrior.
Yes.
The deck is insane.
Yeah.
I switched to Freeze Mage, and I went like 8-4, 8-3 or something in like 20-30 minutes because it was all Patron Warrior, and Freeze Mage has a pretty good matchup against the Patron.
It's amazing against that deck. Yeah.
But like that deck is insane. It feels like Miracle Rogue pre-Gadget Zen nerf. If the deck is in the right hands, no matter how bad the matchup is, it always stands a very good chance. If you know how to like pick your spots to Warsong Commander or pick the spots to Grim Patron. If you can like if you have the guts to pull off a Green Patron turn 5 with a Death Bite just to smack and get the second Patron, and like if you're good enough to know that there's a good chance of it living in that situation, right? The deck is definitely for you. The problem with the deck though is that it takes way too long. Like you can't calculate your Frothing Berserker OTKs at all because the animation is just way too slow. Like there was the one night I decided to try to play the deck, I lost I think 6 to 7 stars on ladder. I think out of 7 of those games that I lost in a row, 5 of them I had lethal, definite lethal, but the animation was just too slow because I was kind of counting, but I wasn't really counting because the numbers were too complicated, and I rope and then start playing things and the last Grim Patron attack and he's on 3 health and then he lightning storms me and I'm on fatigue and I just concede because I can't win. Yeah. Just weird. The deck is really difficult but really strong. I think to me it's the new Miracle Rogue of pre-Gadget Zen. The deck is insane.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
They just need to shorten the hey, get in here kind of just make it once. Just once. You know? Yeah. We don't need 6 of them.
Everyone.
It's quite funny. It's a good flavor word. What do you call it? What do you call the thing when the sound the guy makes? What's the official word for that?
You say flavor of the month or type because
on Magic cards he means text, right? But
yeah.
He means as opposed to the flavored text that is on the card. It says when you play it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess flavor text would be it's pretty good. It's really funny. It makes sense.
Well, Avery, thank you for showing up and doing this interview with us, and congratulations on winning. So, are you streaming at all, or where can people find you if you're looking for people to find you? Do you stream at all? Are you on Twitter or anything? Or
okay, I don't stream. I don't have a Hearthstone Twitter, but I do. Okay, so I'm from Singapore.
Okay.
And we had I'm part of the this website that tries to generate content as often as we can. Hearthstonealley.com.
Okay.
My contact details and everything are on that site if people are interested. We do like events locally, which I guess is not the right audience here because most people watching this would be American. But yeah, if you like want to check out some articles, hearthstonealley.com. That's the site.
Okay, cool. Awesome. Well, all right, gentlemen. Thank you for joining us today.
It was
for
a pleasure.
the Pit 1, Avery, congratulations on winning. You definitely proved your legend rank. Kept that strong. Sure. Yeah. So to all the players, thank you guys so much for showing up and playing with us. And see you guys in a month. We'll do the next one. We're gonna do a talk about the whole the Pit tournament this weekend in this week's podcast. So stay tuned for that. Head over to our website www.deathrattlecrew.com. We're on Twitter at DeathRattleCrew. This VOD's going to go on YouTube, and we'll be on Twitch. Of course, when this is out, it'll be Twitch then. So, but you can also catch it on YouTube. Just look us up, Death Rattle Crew there. So, I'm Mike Tattoo Hearn, joined again by Matt Mushu Hill and Fabio Tarfasu Mesters. Thanks, you guys.
Thank you for watching.